All right, we're live. Let's get this started. Starting real late. Okay, we'll start by turning on some music. How about that? Rewind that music. Okay. And then let's start putting the stream together. Hey, what's up, guys? We're starting at 2:13 tonight. Real late. We'll have at least 2 hours together, so it's better than nothing. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Unfortunately, I had to go to the emergency room today because my wife thought she was having a heart attack. She thought she was having some kind of heart attack. But she was most likely having some kind of panic attack. All right, let me get this all put together. Hopefully your wife is okay. Yeah, she seems better. Let's get this together. So the title should say Azure Lane. One Piece Kingdom of Intrigue, right? Hold on. Kingdom of Intrigue. Blaziken break. Gym Heroes break. Alright, so those are all in. Hit the save button on that. Let's get some tags. I feel like tired, man. We are. Yeah, I was all ready to stream too. I was a lot full of energy to stream, but after that I'm like stressed. Let's go ahead and get these thumbnails. We're gonna use a default thumbnail tonight because I'm pretty confident Mike's side would have already gone to sleep. Okay, so we're just using the default thumbnail. All right. So she's she's had heart pain from anxiety before, so she's no stranger to it. So the thing is, tonight, she had a whole lot of chest pain, and it just came out of nowhere, and it wasn't going away, so it was really starting to freak her out. So she's like, this is much worse than normal. Let's see. Posting the link. Okay. Pinging everybody. Okay, there we go. All right, we're set up. I'm ready to stream. There we go. I wouldn't wish panic attacks on my worst enemy. They're terrible. We're still waiting to find out exactly what was going on. So we got to the hospital, and they ran like an EKG on her, and then we were supposed to sit in the waiting room for like forever. Dude, there were like 20 people in the waiting room at like 1 a.m. in the morning on a Monday. Wait, is Monday night Tuesday morning? Yeah, I said that right. Monday night, Tuesday morning. There was actually a guy with his hand all cut up to shreds, and he had like a prison outfit on, and his legs were chained together, and there was a police officer that stood by him the entire time. So the whole room was filled with people. It's crazy. I felt like just hanging out there, we were going to get sick with something. There were so many people there in the emergency room. I was really surprised. I was like, how can there be so many people in the emergency room out here in Lake of the Ozarks? So we waited so long for a turn, and then my wife finally turned to me and said, let's just go home. I was like, all right, let's go home. I was like, if you die, it's not my fault. She didn't want to stay there anymore. Ruben says, how ghetto? No, not ghetto at all. It wasn't ghetto at all, the hospital. It's a very nice hospital, actually. It's just, they just had a ton of people who needed help tonight, I guess. All right, there we go. How big is the hospital? It's a pretty big hospital. Out here in Lake of the Ozarks, there's one very big hospital right in the middle of everything. And then there's a bunch of smaller clinics. So this is where we went. We went to the big hospital with the emergency room. And there's just tons of people there. It was a Monday night. Everybody's there. So, do you have life insurance? Yes. Wait, life insurance? Oh, yes. Yes, we do, actually. So if she were to die, if my wife passed away from a heart attack, I think I actually collect some money. So I'm not rooting for it, of course. But, yeah, we both have life insurance. She has a policy on me, too. Mister, you kind of ghetto, to be honest. Dr. Mister to the rescue. Probably not enough staff. I hear finding people to work is hard. Yeah, I mean, it could be a staff issue and not a hospital size issue at all. I was just surprised. Like, I looked in the room, and there were like 20, 30 people in the room. There were actually two rooms. There's the initial emergency room where they immediately check you in, and then there's the waiting room for the emergency room where you go sit after they've checked you in. And we just sat there for like almost 2 hours, and she turned to me and said, let's go home. So I told her, you know, this is what I told her. I said, you know, if it's an anxiety issue, we should just have you drink some alcohol. That's what I told her. I said, because she doesn't drink alcohol anymore. She stopped drinking alcohol. But I said, look, if it's anxiety, we should take you home and have you drink alcohol. So she said, all right, let's go. And so when we got home, she took a shot of vodka, and she just magically feels a relief. She's like, oh, I feel the pain going away. I'm like, oh, there you go. So it was a mental pain. And it might be more serious than that. Maybe she has some sort of inflammation going on. I don't think she has like a blockage. I don't think she has actual heart attack symptoms like sweating, wheezing, coughing, nausea, dizziness, fainting. None of those. She had none of those things, just pain. And she has it on her left side. And I'm like, it could be extremely high anxiety. It could be inflammation. But I told her, you know, if you take a drink of alcohol and it magically goes away, we know it's mental. And so she took a drink when she got home, and she's just started feeling better. She's like, oh, I do feel better. I hope everything's all right. Always buy a home and live close to nice schools and good big hospitals. 2 things people don't think until it's too late. Oh, I was thinking about it all the time. So when we picked this house out, we picked it because the house we were living in is like a 40-minute drive to that giant hospital. This house is more like a 15-minute drive. It's on the highway still, but it's not. If you really wanted to get there real fast, you could probably speed like 80, 90 miles an hour and get there real fast. So because it's mostly it's a highway drive. So anyways, put that away. We got that new one piece. Did you guys see this? Look at that. Weiss Schwarz Azure Lane is restocked. Let me pick a price out for it, okay? Because Azure Lane is really popular right now. Okay. By the way, that guy that wanted to trade me the Team Up box, we found out that Team Up booster box is now like $2,200 at this point. Can you believe that? Pretty unbelievable. So this isn't just a booster box of Azure Lane. This is actually a sealed case of Azure Lane. And if you guys didn't know this, sealed cases cost more per box than regular loose boxes. So if you want me to have sealed cases, I gotta spend the big bucks on it, right? So let's find out. Okay, I've got it here. We're gonna get a price set up for these. Yeah, I feel like mentally exhausted after all that. I was like, oh my God. It's just because the ones from sealed cases cost more. All right, so they're more expensive, and it comes out to 9.5, but we don't do half prices. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off at $10, and then we're going to drop it to $9 after a certain period of time. Okay, hit save on that. All right. Mister was off on Juneteenth. That's right, I had Juneteenth off. Less chance of tampering in a sealed case. Well, what's up, Mahaz? Far, it's nice to see you. I don't think there's any tampering in a sealed case. The tape on it seemed good. So we just got this from a fresh sealed case, and people strongly prefer that. For those of you who are not super familiar with how Weiss Schwarz works, it's real simple. A case will contain a limited number of signature cards, right? Which is where a lot of the money is. And so if you're buying loose boxes online from random guys on a place like eBay or whatever, those guys might have opened up a fresh case, opened boxes until they pulled a signature and then another signature. And then once they pulled 2 of them, maybe they just get rid of the rest of the boxes, selling them to you. And then they just open the next sealed case. So this is why loose boxes always sell for less and sealed cases always sell for more. So yeah, we do sealed cases though, because we want those hits. So you keep track, you'll see 2 signatures come out. All right, I got this fresh Gym Heroes. I'm liking the way it looks. Look at that old $8 sticker. Can you believe that? $8, everybody. $8, now like over $200. Pretty freaking unbelievable how expensive they've gotten. So welcome to my late night live stream. Hope to salvage some of the time we have left. Look at all this. Wow. I feel really... I should like make a video where I open all these. That would be so much money. I mean, if these were... I think I acquired them around $600 a piece. So 600 times 7. That's like what? 4,200? Damn, that's a lot of money right there. That is a lot of money. Okay. Oh, right. I opened this to put this away. Yeah, decided to pop in. Can't be buying anything, though. Can't be buying nothing. Damn it. I'm just kidding.
People can probably weigh the boxes for God packs in 151 boxes, which isn't surprising.
God packs? Oh, in the 151 set. Oh, yeah. I was told that that is a thing. Boxes with God packs way more. I was told that was a thing back with the tag team era. Okay, here we are, guys. Got medical bills to be paying, sadly. Oh, that's funny, man, because we just came back from the hospital. Well, I hope you get them all taken care of, Mr. Mahasvara. I spent that credit in the bag. Mister, I was so scared you weren't getting on tonight. Me too. Yeah, I'm glad we have some time together. I think I'm going to stream over the normal time into 5 a.m. Then I'm going to jump right off, and we're going to go straight to working out. I actually, you know the normal workout routine I do, the walk? I just did it in the middle of the day, so I did it twice today. So I really exercised today. Okay, let's start by taking a look at ZELLE. I always look at ZELLE first, right? And there are no ZELLEs, so that's not a problem. So now we're going to log into the PayPals. Here we are. We're probably not going to have a busy night. We're probably not going to have as many viewers, because when you start late like this, you just don't get as many viewers. It's a real bummer, man. I also didn't have a daytime stream. Well, and that's because I was forcing myself to get the appropriate amount of sleep rather than waking myself up. And even then, I still didn't get as much as I probably should have gotten. Okay, where are we? There's Mr. Omar from yesterday night. Calvale, Michael Ibarra. I'm looking to see where we stopped off. Salvador Gomez, new bag. Yep, okay, so we did that one. Where did we leave off? Ramira Andrade, 5 Kingdoms of Intrigue. I think that's where we stopped. So the first order is 6 Corrupted Art. Pre-stream order, 1 Sneaker Bunko, 2 more random spots on the 151 break. So this gives you a chance for a whole box of 151. If you just want to spend your money on 151, then this gives you a chance, $7 chance, to have a whole box of it to yourself. That's what that does. Blaziken break still got spots? Yes, it is filling up, so you'll want to hurry because it's near the end. It's more than 2/3 filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 spots are filled. 14 spots remain. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of room left. 1 sneaker, 2 random spots. All right, so let's get that sneaker bunko. Here we are. All right. I love having the whole table back. Yeah, it looks much nicer now. We were doing those little mini breaks, and oh man, I was just taking up the whole table. You ready? She's pretty cute. She's cute. She's cute. All right, cool. 6 Corrupted. Enjoying the sneaker bunkos. I have a sneaker bunko restock coming. I'm excited for it. I actually have something else coming that I haven't announced yet, but it's a Fantasia bunko as well. I located a guy who had Fantasia bunko, and he said he'd sell it to me at a reasonable price. So I said, all right, I'll do it. Now I'm tempted to just hold it and keep it sealed because it's like, it's a good set. What's up, Jen? There we go. We have Jadrana Hadrovic, 1 spot in the Japanese gym break. All right, so the Japanese Gym 1 pack break is one of the better vintage pack breaks to be in because you might pull Misty's Tears, which is just a common card. It's just common. And if you pull it, and it grades 10, it's like a $350 card. So it turns out these packs have a really good common card in them. Okay. Hit them. 3 Sneaky Bunkos. Damn, dude, Sneaker Bunko is crazy popular. So yeah, we're getting a new case of Sneaker Bunko in. I really like this set. It just sells, sells, sells. This is one of the most consistently sold pack in my entire repertoire. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Booty Cheek Girl. Boobies Girl. We want Pokemon's Pride Fan Rainbow Open Pride Face Pink Earrings. Okay, that's a holo. I'm tempted to stop selling Sneaker Bunko and start hoarding it because considering how well it sells, I can't see it changing in the future, and I actually think it might be underpriced. My theory is that it's underpriced because these commons sell for so much. Here we are. But on the other hand, that could be a mistaken way of thinking. Maybe Weiss releases a set like Sneaker Bunko very soon. And then it wouldn't be very smart to hold on to it because, you know, they're just printing it. They're printing a new sexy set, a new one, and a new one. Okay, now we have Mr. Arturo Perez. Can I get a booster pack magnetic display? Okay, Mr. Arturo, when you, so you got the PSA display. Okay. Whenever you ship, you'll want to remind me of this. So your bag says 1 PSA display, but you probably want to remind me when you actually ship to add it in. It's still June, mister. Mister, think about us. Pride Fan Rainbow Open. What? We want Pokemons. Oh, good news. The 151 is on the way. So I got notified by one of my vendors today. 2 cases have been officially shipped, so they are heading over. So it could be here by the end of Friday, could be Saturday if we're lucky. Worst case scenario, gets here next week, Monday. So I don't want that to happen, but it could happen. But he said that it went out today, so that's very good news. Okay. So let's see if there's any other new orders. Slow night. Monday night. We have a Stephen Wells order. I'm not expecting anything tonight in terms of orders because we started like 2 hours late. Stephen Wells, Spot in the Gym Hero. You got it. So if you guys are just arriving here, there's only 80 viewers. If you guys are just arriving, I took my wife to the emergency room because she was having chest pain, and it was very bad chest pain. She's had chest pain before from like anxiety, but this apparently was very bad chest pain. That's what she tells me. And she was worried she was going to have a heart attack. So she had me rush her to the emergency room. Look at that. We got 3 people in the Gym Heroes now. And so that is why we did not start on time. She is fine, though. She's home again. And we now believe she was having, like, some sort of maybe serious chronic anxiety problem. All good? Yes, she seems to be okay. She normally gets heart pain when she has anxiety. And so she's actually used to that. But she's saying this was different. She was saying it was really bad pain. And we went there and they ran some kind of EKG test and couldn't find anything wrong. And her blood pressure, I guess, was fine too. And so we were waiting for more tests, but she said, just take me home. And then she had like a sip of alcohol, believe it or not. And then she says the pain starts going away as soon as she starts drinking. So she thinks now that is probably anxiety induced. Alan Abale, Gym 1, Japanese, 1 spot. You got it, man. Mr. Alan Abale. I used to have anxiety so bad, my hands would tingle and go numb. Yeah. What surprises her is she tells me she wasn't having anxiety today. She says she had a good day at work, and she's not quite sure what could have caused it. So she wasn't expecting anything like anxiety or panic attacks or anything like that, but I think she's overworked in the end. I think she's overworked and she doesn't get to play or do anything that she actually likes. So I'm worried about her. I told her she should call her boss and ask to be demoted. I say you should tell your boss to demote you to like a lower engineer. Understands how anxiety can affect like your heart and all. And she's saying like, she was saying, I don't think this is just anxiety. It's just too intense. And she like couldn't lay down. She would try to lay down, and she'd say it felt like her heart was just having a heart attack. There you go. But now she's at home. She's sleeping. Climbed into bed. I made her little peanut butter crackers. She had a shot of, it wasn't vodka, actually. She had a shot of whiskey. And I remember now. And 10 minutes after that, she's like, oh, the pain's starting to go away. I'm like, yeah. Here we go. What do you guys think the price on this Metapod should be? Give me a Metapod price, everybody. Maybe she needs a vacation. Yeah, so I feel like we have a sort of brain thing that goes on where you only work, and it's like a all work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy kind of thing. And I feel that, but I feel also pretty tough. If she's experiencing that, I don't know how she would put up with it. A. Perez says 20. All right, you got it, Mr. Perez. Here we go. Gerardo Salas. 1 PokeBRUH. Okay, 1 PokeBRUH. I missed the stream while I was out at Cabo for my birthday, but I'm back. I can't wait for 151. Sounds good. Welcome back, Gerardo. Okay, what do we have here? Something's going on here. Weedle. Oh, wow. Oh, Quilava. Beedrill. And Charmander. Okay, this is a round of the vintage poker cards. I believe those are all from Silver Deck. Okay, Mr. Gerardo. Yo, Weedle Fire AF. You want a little bonus one? Probably get you a bonus one. Okay, get you a black and white bonus. Oh, wow, that's a great bonus. Metagross. There you go. Appreciate you buying those PokeBRUHs. PokeBRUHs are fun to assemble. Technically, the poker cards, I used to sell them for $10 a piece. So if you just got 3 of them, you just got $30 worth. But I didn't expect them to be cold like that. I put them in at random. I don't really look at them. Let's see. That's the Energy Lotto? Oh, that was a PokeBRUH we just opened. You want to see the Energy Lotto? Somebody order an Energy Lotto. We'll show Jen. Energy Lotto is basically live customs, except instead of $20, they're $5. And the big hit in the pool is cheaper. Here's Javier Arroyo, 2 spots in the 151. Okay, so this will fill up real fast as we approach the end. One V-Star Universe, I'll be back. Okay. People love immediate satisfaction. So when you get close to the end of a list, the last spots always go really fast. Buy 35 of them, Jem. 35 of the Lotto. There's no point in doing that anyways, because you're not going to snipe anything. You're just straight out buying my cheap slabs. That's all you're doing at that point. There's Leafeon. The fun is when you put in for like 1 or 2 energy lottos and you pull out like a $40, $50 item. That's the fun, right? But for that to occur, somebody else has to sweep the cold ones out of there. Does that make sense? So if you paid $10 toward an item, somebody else will end up paying the other $35, and that's where all that money goes. So that's how it works out. So I take a $35 item and just chop it up into $5 spots. Occasionally, if I perceive the item as like really unpopular, I just go with the lower than the market price. Been doing that a lot lately. I'm trying to exterminate some of my slabs before the next big PSA order comes in. And yeah, I'm ready to start letting go of slabs at lower prices to be nice. Jennifer Yap says 2 Clay Burst, 2 Pixar, 1 Sneaky, 1 Bunko Snipe, and an Opus 1. Oh, you'll be pleased to hear, Jen, I got 8 booster boxes of this very expensive Final Fantasy Opus 1 in stock now, so we got tons of this product. It's because I really like Opus 1. Made a big deal with the guy overseas, and he and I had been negotiating that price for like a year, man. All right, so let's get that Opus 1. Big fan of Opus 1. If I was opening up Final Fantasy, I would pretty much only be opening Opus 1 the entire time because it has the classic cards in it. It's going to be remembered as the base set of its time period. Here's Furion and Chocobo. Plus the fact that the cloud looks so good, you know what I mean? Mr. got them connects. Sometimes, not always. But in this case, we really didn't see eye to eye on price. But I was offering him, I thought, a pretty good deal. I said, I can buy them direct. You can ship all 8 of them to just me. That saves you a ton on shipping, I told him. So you avoid that eBay fee. So in the end, we went through with it, and I'm happy with that. There we go. I think he's probably happy, too, because, you know, he waited all this time. He could just have that money sooner. 2 Pixar. I'm broke, though, now, because that was really expensive. 8 boxes of Opus 1 is super expensive. 1 Sneaky Bunko. Damn, even Jen's buying Sneaky Bunko? Holy. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! Sucks about that submarine. Oh, right, Titanic submarine is lost. And wasn't it like a super rich billionaire guy that was in it? Can you guys believe that? The Titanic claims another life. You'd never catch me on a submarine. I would go. But I know the risks. To drown at sea, man. More like get crushed at sea. Because I think you probably get crushed before you drown. The founder was in it. Let's look that up real fast. This is in the news, guys. Titanic. Missing submarine vessel. Disappears during dive to the Titanic wreck site. Any update on that? There's a search underway for a missing submarine. With 70 to 96 hours of oxygen left. It's carrying 5 people in it. Multiple countries are participating in the search. Apparently they need to look above the water and beneath the water. I mean, submarines are good at hiding. That's why they were useful at war. So yeah, it's kind of stinky because now you got to work so hard to find the item. Oh man. So the submarine includes archaeologists and marine biologists, plus people who pay to come along, known as mission specialists. The submarine has a 96-hour emergency sustainability capacity, which would include oxygen and fuel. We anticipate that there's somewhere between 70 and 96 hours available at this point. There's a British tourist on board. Action Aviation said its company chairman, British businessman Hamish Harding, was one of the travelers on board. Man, wild stuff, guys. All right, let's get back to opening. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? That's sad. Well, there's not much you can do at this point. You're just waiting to see if they're found alive, and I hope they are. Wouldn't that be sad if more people died on account of the Titanic? I would love to go on a submarine visit of the Titanic. I mean, there's only so many cool things you can do in life, and that's got to be one of the crazy coolest things to go look at the crash site. The tourist paid $250,000. Wow, $250,000. $250,000 to drown. Unbelievable. Well, again, he probably wouldn't drown. He'd probably be crushed before he drowned because it's so deep under the water. Is this considered a sexy card? I feel like it is. Something about her looks too young. All right, there you go. I'm not gonna think about that. I'm just gonna, if it's a sexy card, it's a sexy card. That's the rule. All right. The odds are against them, sadly. Gotta try and find them. If it could be the case, they're already dead. That's the problem. So like if the machine broke, like let's say it had a leak or something, they could already all be dead. But at the very least, you gotta look for them because you're gonna retrieve this submarine either way, right? Oh, you like this little Pikachu? A little Raichu? All right. Cold ones. So sad. Yeah, it's scary, man. If they live, I want to hear their stories, you know, like what's it like to have things go wrong? And there must be a point where real panic sets in where you're like, oh man, I'm going to die. You know what I mean? What if they ate each other? Yeah. We're going to have to start eating people in order to keep the oxygen levels sustained longer. Rand says, I'm not above eating people. Yeah, me either. Okay, we're refreshing PayPals. We just have a small audience tonight because we started 2 hours late. And people probably went to bed and said, nah, phooey. Save the toes. Very short line if you guys are a fan of short lines. Arturo Perez says, can I get shipping? I bought a booster pack magnetic display. No problem. Here we are. Okay. Almost time for me to restock those. Can you believe it? They're real popular, the magnetic displays. I've been selling them on eBay, and they have been selling. I sell 1 or 2 a day, like every day. What's the best for waifu? I also bought the Metapod. Oh, did you? Okay, cool. Well, let's make sure you got it and not someone else. Oh, yep, you got it. You're fast on that. I should get one of those displays for my Moonbryon. I love them. I like taking my, let's say like my top 1 or 2 slabs and putting them in the magnetic displays, and they just feel fancier. That's all it is. It's just I mean, you know.
I'm Rand's brother, and I would eat him with all the bad food he cooks.
You would eat him? That doesn't sound right. I heard the founder had the 1 of 1 ring card. Oh, that's another thing. I got a notification that our Magic the Gathering collector's boxes are on the way. Ooh, another Growlithe 9, is that right? Oh, pretty, man. So we got 2 of these, huh? What would you do in a missing Titanic sub? What would I do in a missing Titanic sub? I don't know, freak the F out. Pray to God. I'd be like, God, if you're up there, don't send me to heck. Y'all wish y'all could eat my food. Mister, would you off someone for oxygen in a submarine? Oh, would I kill someone to make sure we had more oxygen? Yes, but it's the weakest. The weakest have to go first. Only the strong may survive. It's looking like there won't be enough oxygen for all of us. Well, it's an interesting concept, isn't it? There goes. Here we are. All right, cool. It's an interesting concept because if you all 5 of you run out of oxygen, well, you run out at the same time. So if you run out in 4 days, that's a big deal. But if you killed 4 of the people in the submarine, now you get like, what, I guess maybe 20 days of oxygen. So I don't know if that's exactly how the math works for oxygen, but if it does, I mean, that's kind of a big deal. Ooh. Can we see a booster pack display? Yeah, I'll show you real fast. So these have been real popular. I've been selling tons of them. I sell them mostly on eBay, but if you buy them directly, like here in the live stream, you actually get them cheaper than eBay. So it's better to just buy them here because I give you the no eBay fee discount, right? So this is what a display case looks like. Every single person that has purchased one of these from me has acknowledged that they're really, really nice. Check this out. So they're magnetic. So you can just take this front off like that. Take your card out. See? So, and it's interesting because it seems to add sort of like a layer of impressiveness to already really impressive cards. So if you got a really impressive card, you put this around the card, it just seems more impressive. Makes it look even more official. These are some of my best cards in my collection right now. Not this one. But like this one, for example. And what's cool is if you line the magnets up correctly, they actually stick to each other like this. So you see how it kind of, right? Notice I'm only holding one of the displays, but they're sticking together. It's because the magnets are actually pulling them together. So it's kind of cool because they stack that way. So these magnets kind of stack up like that. It's a cool feeling. I wish they were a lot cheaper. I'd sell them to you guys for like $5 if I could. Actually, it's funny because the The production cost on the slabs is not crazy. By the way, I have those produced by a manufacturer in China. So it's not like I'm buying them from someone else who produces them. I'm the one producing them. I hire someone to produce them. And it's funny because what I've learned about that is you think that the unit price is cheap on them. No. Because you have to pay shipping. And shipping from China is crazy. It essentially it doubles the cost of anything that's heavy. And since those displays are real heavy, and they're crazy to ship. Like you want 100 of them, okay, they'll be like 100 pounds, and how much you think it costs to ship 100 pounds of product from China? It's like unbelievably expensive. So, all right, Trev and Kurt, and then I have to ship them again when they sell, but Mr. supports cheap labor. I do. I'm impressed with China a lot. If it wasn't China, it'd be another country. Obama has come out as openly satanic. Back then, I like to think that the civilizations today are a bit more evolved, so a lot of lives matter, I think. Okay, we have Trev and Kurt. It's been about 8 months. I hope you've been well. New job and life adjustments, so haven't been around. One PokeBRUH, new bag. Trevin, we got all these guys coming back. It's so nice to see you guys. All right, Trevin. Ooh, your bag feels heavy. Oh, you got a good one. Oh, look at that. You got the Metal Pikachu. That's Pokemon's official Metal Pikachu card. So this is printed by the Pokemon Company and is from the 25th Celebrations premium collector's box or whatever it's called. So that's a nice pull for Trevin. Nice. That's a good start, Trevin, because these are real expensive these days. Okay. Trevin Kurt. Welcome back, Mr. Trevin. That's like 50K. It is. It's true. How did you know that? Lovely. Okay, Anthony Ganidas, he says, 10 Lost Origin. Mr. Anthony, I think Lost Origin is going to be one of the good sets to invest in the Sword and Shield era, just because of the Giratina pull, just that one pull. There we go, 10 of these. But I don't have enough money right now to be buying up boxes or cases of that, because I'm spending my money on Weiss cards. Can you believe it? Weiss, dude. Tons of it. Weiss all day long. Ryan says, you're the best Pokemon streamer in the game, to be honest. I don't know about that. But why do you say that, Ryan? What do you like is what I would ask, so that I know to keep doing it. What do you think I do? Obviously, I would say I'm consistent. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to think about and share with you guys. So that's all fun. I also typically I have a lot of cool slabs, which I notice other guys don't always have that deal going on. Weiss is Rising. There's a Lost Origin reprint coming. Yeah, I heard about that. You have to off them so they don't use oxygen. That's right. You got to get rid of the other people in the submarine. I like that Mr. Drinks Bud Light. I swear to you, it hasn't done anything to me at all. I just like Bud Light. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's Aerodactyl. I just found your channel again. I used to buy cards back when you just started posting on here more than the TheCardconomist. How have you been, man? How's it going, Subarashi? I'm doing pretty well. Have you noticed that the channel's headed towards 60,000 subs now? And sadly, it doesn't grow as fast as the TheCardconomist. TheCardconomist was growing by like 100 subscribers a day, by the way. But what's crazy is this channel has made me a lot wealthier than TheCardconomist. So, in other words, it's a much better paying job. And that's because, you know, people have to be really generous to just donate $20 to you. But if you make $20 flipping a slab, that's not a generous donation. That's just them buying a slab. So it turns out operating an e-commerce business is more profitable than trying to run a stream where people just randomly donate 20 bucks to you during one of your live streams. But yeah, I mean, they're very different channels. And what's cool is I've been collecting a paycheck from the TheCardconomist channel this entire time. I made over 800 videos over there, many popular guides for Monster Hunter. And yeah, those still get views, actually, quite a few views. And yeah, I've been collecting it for a while. If you guys believe me, I was collecting $2,000 per month on TheCardconomist channel, even though I wasn't posting to it. $2,000 a month to do nothing. I think nowadays it's down to like, I think it's like $600 a month, but that's like 4 years later. Has it been 4 years? Almost 4 years later. I think I'm collecting like 600 a month. So, but I've been collecting that money from TheCardconomist the entire time. And it's been nice, man. It's like a little royalty. And we collect some ad revenue over here, but I think all the ad revenue goes to Mr. Mike's side. I like your commentary the most and how you're based AF. I just found your channel again. Oh, I just read that one. I'm based. That's right. I only suck 2 PPs a week. Very based. What'll happen when we're all gay and nobody has babies anymore? Will humanity cease to exist? Damn, I want to be a YouTuber, says Rip and Flip. You can do it, Rip and Flip. Just go be a YouTuber. I like Mister because he walks. Yeah, we do the walking stream at 5:30 a.m. roughly. I mentioned we did a walk. So we've been doing it for 5 weeks, I believe. Has it been 5 weeks? Well, I did an extra walk today with my wife. So I got like a whole extra hour walking in. So I walked 2 hours today, or yesterday technically. And we're going to get that walk in today. I also did 10 minutes on the treadmill. So I think I walked 2 hours and 10 minutes yesterday. I walked a ton. And my legs feel fine. They don't hurt. I don't have sore ankles or anything. So there's really been an improvement to my body. I can really tell the difference. So all this walking has paid off. I'm definitely healthier. All right, Anthony, he's got a bag. Wow, 2 whole hours. For me, that's a lot. I don't know if any of you guys have like labor jobs. Back when I worked for Coca-Cola, I'd have laughed at that. I'd have been like 2 hours. Try walking 6 hours for Coca-Cola. Minimum 6 hours of walking, and then the rest of the time you're putting product on the shelf. But for me nowadays, I got a sedentary lifestyle. So to go from no walking at all ever to 2 hours is a really great improvement. Let's see. But, you know, more importantly, the deal is I didn't feel tired from it. That was the point, is that I didn't even feel tired from it. I felt pretty good. I was like, I could do this. In the past, I'd have been wheezing and sweating my ass off and been like, oh my God, I can't go any further. So my health has improved from all the walking. Here you go, Anthony. I walk 9 miles every day. That's a lot of walking. I pay people to walk for me. Now just supplement on the good stuff and only get better. I take a multivitamin and, yeah, I take a multivitamin. Don't stop going. Keep getting better. Well, my goal is to just walk an hour a day, and if I can just maintain that for like ever, that alone's a pretty big accomplishment, right? So I'm not looking to like rev up into like extreme workout or anything like that. But if I can just keep it going for a full year and just never stop, that by itself is so difficult to do. Being consistent at something, it turns out, that's one of the biggest struggles for humans because we get bored. We're like, man, I want to do something else. Get Hoka Shoes, mister. They're the best. Do you still sell slot packs to people or just certain cards now? I remember your Shining Legends had some great pulls. Slot packs. What's a slot pack? Okay, so we had... Next up, Jennifer Yap. She says, 6 more Clay Burst, 1 Sneaky Funko. You got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clay Burst and another Sneaky Funko. So sneaky. There we go. All right. We saw a lot of different stuff. We have a ton of breaks going on. We have the $5 energy lottos new. It's been pretty popular. I noticed when one person buys into the energy lotto, more people do. They go, oh, I want to try that. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize this, but the Venomoth needs a price. All right, what do we got? Girls grabbing other girls' boobies. There we go. What is that like, to have a girl grab your boobs? Do you feel violated if another girl grabs your boobs, or only if a guy grabs your boobs? Okay. Oh, nice. Look at that Tyranitar, guys. Great card. We're still here. I haven't lagged out. I don't see any new comments. Mister is bad making out mistyped word. It depends if you drink Bud Light. I just have a little bud with my buds. Mister, do you feel violated when a man grabs your boobs? I do. It's not right. Men. Ew. All men want is sex. They all want the same thing, and it's disgusting. Ew. Kill all men. Okay, there we go. Whoop. How many spots left in the pack break? Yeah, so the pack break has 5 people in it. There's 5 spots remaining. Mister only likes the big booty feces nail women. No guys allowed. You're killing me, sir. You're killing me. No, literally. Octavio says, pay off my slab away. You got it, Mr. Octavio. Okay, for those of you who do not know what slab away is, it is a method that allows you to pay down a slab over 6 months. So you might be over here still. Uh-huh. Oh, nope. You're in the boxes. Women with big nails, how do they clean their booties? That's what I'm saying. Tell me that the ladies with the big, long nails don't have poop under those fingernails. I guarantee you they do. I guarantee you they do. I guarantee it. All right, here we are for alligator. Octavio. I'm dead Bree. Okay, and I will just mark this off like this. Let's get a price on this Venomoth. What do you guys think the price on this Venomoth should be? Is PSA 4. I guarantee they have poop under their nails. They do. You don't think the big booty people with the big long nails, when they wipe, you don't think they ever scrape a little, poopies on those fingernails? You think when they wash, they get their nails just right? No way. It's just not happening. A Perez says $10. It's just not happening. I'm not too into those Pocket Monster PSA slabs. I love them. I think they're... Here's what happens. So, I've been collecting a lot, and eventually, you've seen everything. And there's this weird phenomenon that occurs where once you've seen all the standard cards that everyone loves for a long time, you start to sort of drift toward the odd-looking cards. You start going in, I want the weird stuff. The weird stuff with the weird story to it, you know what I mean? You start getting attracted to all the strange cards. Okay. Do you still just do Pokemon, or have you started selling other card games as well? Well, yeah, check the menu. Remember, the menu is in the description, and you can see we sell, like, everything, dude. We sell a ton. You want to see me? Look at this. Look at this room. Hold on. You watching? You guys don't always get a view of all this. Look at this, man. Look at all those different sets, man. Can't get them all to fit. We got My Little Ponies now. Stuff on this shelf. Look at this. Look at this, guys. These are just boxes. 1, 2, 3. These are just boxes of poker cards. Tons of them. Look at all that. Crazy. Look at all this bulk. Just never-ending bulk. That's why I need to hire somebody to just get rid of it for me in a really intelligent way. Look at all this trash, man. That's like all the way full. It's like 100% full. It's a trash bag of empty foils. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Here's some cards waiting to be sent off to PSA. These are mine. But I don't know if I want to send them yet. That's a Glaceon. Just have like infinite cards sitting around. Here's abandoned bags. Let's take a look at this one. That's from 522. Here's one from 422. Let's bring this back with us. I'm going to disassemble it. sell the poker cards again. I would. I just gotta find a way to make them appealing. I don't know. Okay, back out. So this is Philip Condon from last year, April. In fact, he has a poker card. So I'll put this over here. And they have some hollows. It's a cute hollow. I like this Dusclops. No chance at it grading 10 though, so I can't give that away to you guys. So there you go. That was an abandoned bag. That's exactly what happens to them. They just get disassembled like that. Okay, we're probably gonna have a short stream because I don't think we're gonna have as many orders tonight. I could be wrong. I definitely need to do a daytime stream tomorrow because we did not get any sales tonight. Too late at night. Yep, there's no sales in the queue. We have no sales in the queue. So, or there's no orders. I'll take that card, says Caesar. I'm strapped for cash now, but when I get a little, I'll have to buy some packs. No problem, man. Yeah, like back in the day, huh? Let's see some other Cardos cards. So we've just been pricing up these Cardos. My God, could they make a Pokemon card look more salacious? Here's Machoke. Mister, I sent mine. Okay, so let me try logging out then. Maybe it's just not updating. Don't be a quitter. Nobody likes that. Oh, I'm not quitting. I just, there's nothing to do. Well, we did the Clayburst Snipe. Are you referring to that one? We already did that one. What are you doing, Step Weeping Bell? Yeah. Okay, what else we got over here? Ooh, Arcanine. Okay, so these are already all priced. Machamp. Got these sleeves. Do my order before my break ends, says Cheese. I'm not seeing a Cheese order either. All right, let me try logging out. There might be a thing going on. All right, I'm logging back in. Do you still do backsort? In theory. Okay, so it has updated slightly. There is a tiny amount of more orders. Let's see what it is. Yes, we have a Drew Hogan order and a Cheese order. So Drew Hogan says, 1 Disney. You got it, Drew Hogan. Cardos is just too niche to be taking up your entire screen. In my opinion, you haven't been selling many slabs with them taking up the whole space. Oh, well, you're wrong about that. I've actually sold a ton of them. Yeah, I think we've sold more of these than we have the other slabs the entire time. We go multiple days without selling the other slabs. We've been selling the Cardos slabs like pretty quickly. There you go. And here it is. All right. They are niche. That's what's cool about them. All right. Drew Hogan. These are unpriced slabs. So that's one of the reasons why they're taking up the whole screen, because I don't have a lot of slabs left that aren't priced. So interestingly, these are some of the only slabs I have left that don't have a price on them yet. A game theory? All right, put this in here. What do you guys think? What should the price on the Nidorina be? Cheese says 1 sneaker bunko. Okay, here you go, Cheese. Appreciate the order, Cheese. There we go. Cheese got the big droopy booby girl. Hey, yo, that Nidorina is $12. Damn, that's cheap, man. There we go. Put that in there. Let's take a quick look, because I'm curious. I don't even think there's one for sale. Holy Jesus. How about sold? Is there not one sold and not one for sale? That's kind of crazy. Am I spelling it wrong? PSA, Need Arena, Cardos. Let's try, oh, it's 2 Ds. That's why. Double Ds. Okay, let's try that again. Ah, there we go. So, according to this, let's go by cheapest price. So if we're going not by people's made-up prices, but by more like an eBay price. What the F? Oh, now it's giving me a different search. No, I want the original search. God, man, eBay's gotten annoying, man. Okay, looks like we're going to go with $53. That's the actual price on this. Wow. Oh, yes, mister, we didn't do the clay burst. Can you tell me what I got? We did not do the clay burst? We are. It's going to be 43. There we go. Let's take a look in your bag, mister. Then. Did we not do Mr. Hathim's clay burst? Or was it a cold pack? Where am I? It says El Campa Roach. Might have just been a cold pack, because then there wouldn't have been anything to put in your box. Does anyone remember if we did Hathim's 1 pack of clay burst? I feel like we did do that, because I feel like I remember reading it out loud. So we had Ryan Shapiro, Japanese Gym Hero. Yep, we did that one. And then we had Hathim, Clayburst Snipe. And then after that, Gerardo Salas, where we did 1 PokeBRUH. I was scrolling back, I didn't see anything. I tell you what I'll do. I'll set a pack aside just in case. I feel like this was done. And if it was done, it would have been done so quickly that it's possible you're just not seeing it. But what you need to do is to locate the point in the stream where I gave Ryan Shapiro this spot in the pack break. So locate this order, Ryan Shapiro in the pack break. And it shouldn't actually be too hard to locate that, because if you rewind it, you can actually see I had the cards out on the table and all. And when you find this, then your order's right after that. Jeez, look at that Machoke. Javier Arroyo, 2 spots, 151. Oh, wait. We're not doing that. That's from the past. Okay, we got an order. Let's see what we got. My wife's getting pissed. I'm getting pissed. Here's an order from Arjun Joshi, 1 gem. How's it going, Arjun Joshi? Okay. Dude. I have a bag. Beatrice Moniz. I'll take the venom off the slab. Okay, there you go. Ta-da. Cesar Rodriguez. Oh, I see. $25 towards your slab away. All right, Cesar Rodriguez. Wasn't sure what I was reading. Here it is. You've got the Quilava 74 minus 25, which is 49. You got $49 left. Okay, good. And then after that, you order an Evolving Skies and a live custom. Ta-da! 1 live custom, so it gets shuffled beforehand. Ah, it's a cold one. For Frau. Cold live custom. Let's try this pack. What do we got here? Oh, you got something. Nice. Rainbow Glaceon. Lovely. Looks decently centered, too. Okay, congratulations on that. I bet you tried to buy that Venomoth, too, didn't you? Oh, I have a bag and I want to see what's in it. Okay, no problem, man. Cesar Rodriguez. What a nice Pride card. All right. Place this over here. And we'll place these over here. Okay. Get these square cut cards together. All right, so let's take a look in your bag now. So you got this lovely Slowbro. You got Pokemon Shipwreck, Glaceon VMAX, Venusaur, Metagross, Meowth First Edition. That is Full Heal, Energy Heal, Wardeer, Roserade, Misty Seal, Spoink Reverse Hollow, Slowpoke, Volcanion, this guy, Manaphy. This seems like it shouldn't be in a sleeve. And Squirtle. It's a nice little round, man. Yeah, it's a nice round. What a nice Pride card, says A. Perez. There we go. Now, Caesar, you paid a lot just to look into your bag. Let me give you a bonus, okay? So I'll pull you one of these. So we'll say that it was a $5 look into your bag and then a $5 energy lotto. Ah, cold. All right. That's all right. Very good. Neat. Who's a nice Pride card? What's going on? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. All right, there's no line again. No line if you want to open any cards or do anything at all. What's this? Machoke? Machoke. Arcanine. Here's Pidgeotto. We skipped my order for the Clay Burst, says Hathim. All right, sorry about that. Let's get that pack open for you now. I wonder why it got skipped. I put in an order. All right, sounds good. We might just be waiting for it to land. We've got a Tinkaton. Me too, says El Compa Roach. I'm trying to find a white set. Oh, actually, you know, I got one in the ZELLE orders. I forgot. I need to take care of that one. I saw it come in and I forgot about it. Trying to find a Y set, only 2 years old, and nothing on the internet crazy. I feel blanked again. All right, let's go over to the ZELLEs. Yes, Jamie Martinez. One sneaker, one of Z Legends. Okay, sounds good. Z Legends. Dawn of Z Legends. This is for Jamie Martinez. Thank you, Jamie. Sneap this up. Okay, they've been sneaped. Here's Yamcha and Son Goku. Nothing crazy in there. How about this pack? Boobies. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Hide your kids, hide your wife. They draping everybody up in here. Everybody over here. All right, Jamie. Jared, Jake, Jamie. Oh, that's Jamie Alamilo. Ah, Jamie Martinez. There we go. Very nice. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and refresh the PayPal now and see what happens. Okay, okay. So we did the 2 Cesar Rodriguez orders. We have a Francisco Canberra order. 5 energies. You got it. Mr. Francisco, you ready? 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll leave this down here, actually. Let's see what we got. Roll again. Grimer and Raw Gyarados. Wow, look at you. He's a big baller. Okay, so roll again goes into the back like this. And now we're going to shuffle and get you a new pull. Ah, cold. All right, no problem. Chance to get another hit. So Raw, Gyarados, and Grimer. I think I know what you got. Hey, mister, has John responded to you on what was shipped? So, yeah, he told me that he actually did ship ETBs of cards with your slabs. So, to me, that suggests what was going on is you had 3 ETBs and slabs. So, there was no way we were going to fit that all into one of the priority mail shipping boxes. The way the priority mail shipping boxes work, they allow up to 80 pounds, but they're also size limited. So they don't allow, it's a very, it's a little square box basically, and you could fit about 2 ETBs of cards and a couple slabs in there. You couldn't fit any more than that, so it would never fit 3 ETBs. So in your case, the rest of your stuff's going to require another round of shipping. All right, let's see, Grimer. It just means you really bought a ton of cards from me. That's what that means. Okay, here's the Gyarados. Don't mind the 8. That is not a grade on the Gyarados. I'm just reusing a old holder. He could probably grade 10 if you're lucky. And here is the Grimer. It's not bad, man. All right. Pretty good round, actually. Wait, is this correct? 88? Yes. So that's Rainbow Foil Grimer and a beautiful Gyarados. Those are nice hits. Yeah, the thing is, you can pull those out of there for $5. That's what makes it fun. All right, so you got this lovely card. This is just a really nice looking Gyarados. Reuse this again. And this needs to go in your bag. All right, noted. Glad to know the clarification. That's why I figured that I did not realize you had 3 ETBs, which is a ton of cards. At work, I'm not allowed to use pronouns when writing audits on workers. Really? What does that mean? Not allowed to use pronouns like he, she? You must be living in like California or something. They might not identify that way. Well, there we go. I can't believe that's like the big deal, you know, these days. Humans don't have flying cars. We don't have a cure for cancer. We're suffering from obesity. We got microplastics and every other problem you want to talk about. Like, how about a lack in affordability of living? But we're really living in the future when it comes to pronouns. Now you can call yourself a different pronoun. Wow. You know what I mean? It's like, man, seems like there's other things to have accomplished. Things of a more important nature. No, you can have a new pronoun with nice, cheap words. Words are cheap. Words are cheap. I use they, them. That the big thing in 20 years would be transsexuality and using they, them pronouns. I would have guessed we would have had like teleportation. We would have had like flying cars and all the cool stuff that you can imagine. But instead, the big progress in our society is like social media and pronouns and OnlyFans. Those are the big progresses we've made. I don't really think that humans are getting a lot right now, you know? Like, normally innovation and capitalism gives you new things that are really nice. But right now, I don't get what the new big invention is. It feels like we just aren't having one. Man, I might have been underselling these earlier, because this PSA 7 Sandshrew is like $100. All right, so the cheapest one is $25 6. Okay. When I was letting you guys pick the prices, you guys might have been picking really low prices. Why would you guys do that to me? I thought I could trust you. So what is this? This is a 9. Okay, so this is about $80. Check the price on that Metapod you sold me. I'm sure it's higher than the price that you got it for. I was just doing it funny. I thought it'd be funny to let you guys choose, but now we're looking at the actual prices on like the eBays. There aren't even an Arcana for sale. Oh wait, Arcanine, not Arcana. There's no Arcana for sale. Yeah, because there is no such thing as an Arcana. So PSA 8. There is no PSA 8. It's $500 for a 10. And $82. No, I'm sorry, $100 for a 6. I'll go with 90. I think it's Mississippi where they're just the Jim Crow law back in action. What are you talking about? Jim Crow something? He's a crow? When did Jim become a crow? Jim can't be a crow. He's a human. Everyone always trying to change species these days. Okay, here's Poliwrath. So Poliwrath is the final evolution. He's the coolest one. And he goes for, what is this, a 7? 80? No, $90. Yeah, I don't know about that. I just don't think anyone's going to buy it at that price. So these, when I had those up there for like $10, $15, that was woefully underpriced. These are the actual prices on these. Okay, and this is Machoke Me Daddy. Okay, Machoke with an 8. Oh, he's cheaper. He is cheaper. So Machoke is, looks like he's about $40 even. Okay. And here is our Weeping Bell. I was just $10 off. It should have been $30. That's still pretty good. That means that you got it for like 30% cheaper, right? We got an 8 on the Weeping Bell. Wow, man. The only thing they have for sale is the $500 10. So I'm just going to assume his price is kind of similar to what we've been seeing with some of the other cards. I think Weeping Bell's hilarious. Okay, so those are all correctly priced now. Let's take a look at your orders. We have a Javier Arroyo, 2 V-Star Universes. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. 1 spot and 151. I have a bag. You got it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you've gone up to 3 spots there. Let's take a look in here. If you had to spank a celebrity, who would you spank? Well, I don't know. It's a good question. Spank sexually or spank angrily? How about you define that? Start there. Sexually or angrily? Can I send you money through Walmart Money Service? I've never even heard of that. If I knew about it, I would probably try it, but I've never heard of that. Here we are. All right. It does not surprise me that Walmart helps with finances. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, Javier Arroyo. Can I see what slabs I have with you? That I can't show you because it is in a different location, basically. It would be hard for me to show you that. What you can do is, if you order a round of shipping, I can send them out. Sensual spanking and angrily spanking due to political views. Well, if it's political views, the vast majority of Hollywood would probably disagree with my political views. So, you know, the whole place could get spanked. I don't give it. You know what I mean? Sensual spanking. The lady who played the Ice Queen in Narnia, she's hot. All right, there you go. Are you happy? Let's see. Jump over here. Spinkies. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Andres Melkor, can you check my Discord messages? Will it say Andres? Who are you? Are you this guy? I don't know who you are on Discord, so... All right. You guys do that all the time. You'll be like, check my so-and-so message, and it's like, I don't know who you are. Top 5 presidents. This is true. She does look old. The old aunt in Shang-Chi. That's my 3rd grant. Top 5 presidents of all time. God, I don't know, dude. I've got no clue. Yeah, I definitely do not have a top 5 presidents. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, co-Biden, Joe Biden. I have no internet, just cell data. Obviously, you got to pick Washington. You got to pick George Washington because he founded the country, right? He was the first president. And top presidents. I got no clue, man. They're trying to make it to where if you leave California, they can charge you a moving tax for up to 10 years. I've heard about that. I was going to actually Google if that was legal. Like, how do they implement that? If you're living in another state, how do you get taxed by California state? Is it legal for California to tax people after they leave? I'm reading about it. Hold on. Oh, right here. The exit tax probably violates the federal Constitution's Commerce Clause. Let's take a look. In the past 2 years, members of California Assembly twice tried to advance tax bills that were designed to capture revenue from residents who flee the state to avoid income tax increases. Okay. The exit tax violates the right to travel. The proposed exit tax violates the right to travel because they burden citizens attempting to leave the state and continue to punish them long after moving. Travel restrictions are typically evaluated with an equal protection analysis. The constitutional right to travel, including interstate travel, has been recognized by California courts. An exit tax like these two proposals would fail a California equal protection analysis. California only recognizes 2 levels of equal protection scrutiny. All right. The Federal Commerce Clause problem. The exit tax probably violates the federal Constitution's Commerce Clause, which grants Congress power to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the states and with Indian tribes. Okay, let's see. Oh, right here. So it says in the law, it says here, taxes is applied. Hold on. When the tax is applied to an activity with a substantial nexus, is fairly apportioned, but right here, does not discriminate against interstate commerce. So right there, that line would definitely, they would fail that line, because if you're trapping people in your state, that's not fair. That's not competitive. Right? So if I'm a wealthy individual and I want to live in Texas because they offer me a tax break, but California, let's say they introduce a times a million tax for anyone leaving so that I lose all my money. Well, then, you know, what they're doing is they're stopping people from being allowed to move to places like Texas. Oh, yeah. So basically what they're saying in the analysis is that if the wealthy individual moves and then tries to sell their property, their Californian property, they would say that California is taxing a man in Texas unfairly. This violates the nexus requirement because California is unconnected with the seller, the buyer, and the transaction. Wow, what wild, man. Dude, screw that. That's so nasty, isn't it? Isn't that nasty, guys? How many of you guys agree with that, an exit tax? What do you guys think of that? An exit tax in California. So you don't like how we're running California? You don't like our taxes? All right, so if you leave, we're going to tax the shit out of you when you try to leave. How do you like that? Do you guys think that violates your constitutional rights to move from one state to another? I feel like it really obviously does. Really obviously. That's just straight up nasty law. By the way, whenever a state comes up with a law like that, people who were once considering moving to California are probably really reconsidering it now. They're probably going, why would I go there? They're going to try and trap me in there. That's pretty bad. So next up, we have Mr. Hathim, Sneaker Bunko Snipe. You got it, Hathim. Here we are. That's not right, man. If I want to move from California to Missouri, I have that right. And you can't trap me in California by saying, oh, you're trying to move? Well, since you're moving, we have a big, nasty punishment for moving. Right, the exit tax is not the same as an income tax. All right, so if they want to tax people like crazy on their income, that's just how it works in every state. Every state has its own types of state income taxes, right? But if you try to tax people when they want to leave the state, you're basically saying, nah, you're trapped. Because if you try to leave, we're going to levy these massive exit taxes on you to punish you for leaving. That's not right, man. That's basically like forcing people to live in your state or be punished financially for leaving. I would be very scared to move to California when they're saying those kind of things. And it's no surprise they're trying to do that. Every government is nasty this way. This is why you don't trust government, you don't like government. Government's something you don't want in your life because they're always trying to do this kind of crap. They go, oh, you don't like all the ways we've, changed the state. You don't like the level of crime, maybe. You don't like the theft. You don't like the, maybe you don't like what they're teaching at the schools. Maybe you don't like the cost of everything. Maybe you don't like the state taxes. Too bad. If you try to leave, we're going to tax the shit out of you. Think about that. That's just nasty, man. That's not right. That's not right. It goes against being an American to not be able to move from one state to another state, right? That's just, you've always been able to move from state to state. Why would they make it so that you get punished for moving from state to state? Isn't that wild? Okay, Beatrice Moniz. Aloha, mister. Can I please get 3 bulk grades, all Minecraft? The cards will be the Steve Glow card, Big Gas Glow card, and the Zombie Riding a Chicken. And if I could also get 2 base Minecraft packs and 2 time... Yes, sir. Let me get them together. That just seems un-American. To punish people for moving out of your state, it's like punishing somebody for breaking up with you. Hey, you're not allowed to break up with me. Break up with me and I'll punish you. Well, why don't you just make the state a better place to live in, and then people won't want to leave? Nah, but we'll tax you if you try to leave. Oh, man, that's real nasty. The longer you dwell on it, the nastier it sounds. That tax is for people using a loophole. California is on a different time. I don't know what's wrong with them out there, but it's got to be the good weed or they're just stupid. That's why people want to leave California, because their income tax is ridiculous. No, not true cooter. I love California. I'm staying put. Cali China, keep it under 1K, mister. Members only. What's crazy is this poop is happening in 2023. Look, people should have a right to move around. That's what America is all about. You got 50 states, and maybe you want to move to a new state. That's great. That's one of the special things about the United States is you can move from state to state. But say you had a state that where when you moved into it and then tried to move back out, they said, well, you can't move back out without paying this huge fine. That's not fair to the other 50 states. Like, should all the states start applying that? What if New York did that? What if Texas did that? What if Florida did that? Right? What if Arizona did that? Oh, you want to move from Texas to California? You can't. We got a big, nasty fee if you try to move. You sure you want to move or you want to pay that fee? Right? If California does it, all the other states are going to have to start doing it. And I think that it's a sign that California is seeing how much people they're losing and how much revenue they're losing. That's the reason they're imposing it. They're trying to, it's like a jail, basically. Hey, you're staying in jail. That or you're going to pay a crazy fine for leaving. You know what I mean? That looks really shady. Looks shady as hell, man. The taxes for people selling property from another state, trying to use a loophole to avoid California's taxes. Well, if they don't live in your state anymore, it's not a loophole. They're not a Californian. They're a Texan. They're permanently gone from your state. They don't want to be in your state anymore. So if you're living in California, selling a house in California, you're Californian. You pay California taxes. You're out of there. You left. You don't want to be a Californian anymore. So in my opinion, it's a very sincere kind of thing. It's not just a loophole thing because they got out of that state. They left it. They said, I'm gone from there, and I don't want to pay your crazy taxes anymore. We are, but I that's not what I heard. I heard it was related to corporations moving, by the way. So you guys are bringing up what you guys heard. I had heard a separate thing on TikTok. We were talking about corporations leaving California. California wants to pass an exit tax on those corporations to pay a continued tax over like 10 years or something like that. Because they're like, well, you started over here, so therefore you owe us money or something like that. If you started in California, you owe California money. You know what I mean? You're in a totally different state, but you're going to keep paying taxes here. 10 years, too. How crazy is that? 10 years taxes to California. So I heard that one on the Tiki Talkies, and I thought it was just the craziest thing I'd ever heard. I was like, what if every state did this? I'll stay on the East Coast. Well, they should tax everyone that left the last 5 years and incentivize to move back to avoid the fee. Keep Texas red. Here we are. All right. Mr. is a Cali boy. I was born in San Diego on a Navy base. Ooh, because my dad was in the Navy at the time. So I was born in San Diego, but they moved back to Missouri, which is where my family is all originally from. So I did not stay in California. Here we are. My family lived in California for a couple years, though. I guess the state wasn't enticing enough for them to stay, though. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? I guess if my family liked it enough, they would have stayed. But, you know, if they'd have stayed, maybe their property had shot up in value, so maybe it was a bad move. Mosque Strawman? What? Okay, you got the achievement card, the crazy one. If it's on TikTok, it's got to be true. Everything I see there is facts. I love TikTok. Yeah, I love it. They very often introduce me to issues in a way that's so rapid and so quick that I really appreciate it. So on TikTok, probably not everything is true, but usually it is actually. So if they say something like, yeah, in California, they're dabbling around with a corporate tax that would punish a corporation for leaving, I bet you I'd go look that up, and that's true right now. What do you guys think? Well, you think they're just making it up? They're just pulling out of their ass for no reason? Here we go. Ooh. Anyways, I'd heard it was a proposal, not a bill that they had passed, but it's a proposal. It's an age of information. Yeah, like... Ooh. Ooh. I mean, I just read that they're trying to put a tax on people who are simply leaving the state. Here we are. I like the UFO stories. Here we are. This is why I love Mr. Cali for life, no matter if he moved out. Let's see. Washington, for me, sadly, it's heading toward the same direction as California and is depressing to see it head that way. Washington State? You mean like the most northern West Coast state? Actually, I think Alaska technically would be, wouldn't it? All right, cool. So, Beatrice Moniz, you've got a box way over here. Whew. California love. Okay, Mr. Beatrice. So, you got a lot of cards. Steve Glow card, Big Gas Glow card, and Zombie Riding a Chicken card. This one? The Jockey card. Big Gas. It must be gassed. The Big Gassed card. Mister, you closed orders? Not at all. We're going to keep going till like 5 if there's orders. And that is because we started very late. I ended up taking my wife to the emergency room today. She thought she was having a heart attack. Glow Steve. She thought she was having a heart attack today. And now we think that she was having acute anxiety. And she's used to anxiety, so she's had heart pain from anxiety before. But she told me tonight that it wasn't the same. It was like really extreme. Ah, here we are. Found it. All right. They're they're trying to pass the bill in California, or it exists already. Ooh, I'm pretty sure they're trying to pass it. Is she okay? She appears to be okay. We went to the emergency room, and they ran an EKG on her, and then like an hour and a half of waiting in, she said, let's just go home. And then she came home, and we had her drink some alcohol of all things, and she started feeling the heart pain go away after the alcohol. So she thinks it definitely anxiety related. Sounds neurological. That's what I said. I said, you know what? You're having breakdowns. You're having meltdowns. Here we are. Lovely guest. Okay. And, oh, come on now. Lovely Steve. Put Steve in a sleeve. And lovely Jockey Chicken. All right. All right. Ta-da! That's for Beatrice Moniz. Appreciate you ordering some grading. We always need some grading for John, guys. You can also mail cards in for grading. Did you guys know that? There's instructions in our Discord server on how to mail cards in for grading. It's pretty simple. You just mail the cards over, and it's the same cheap price, but you also include some return shipping in the order, and when it arrives, it'll be placed in the queue to be graded and return shipped to you. There you go. Yeah, I think this job's killing her is what I think's happening. Grant Kwan, 3 Azures. Yes, we have Azure Lane again. Here they are. Extremely popular Azure Lane. How's the 151 break going? It's almost done. There's like a couple spots left. Probably like 5 spots remain on the 151 break. Okay. 2, 3. She get a blood panel done. I was low magnesium on mine when I had my little panics. Been supplementing on that for a while now, and it seems to have calmed down. Low on magnesium, you say? She did not. She was not patient enough to sit in the waiting room. The waiting room had like 20 people in it. It was really bad. She said, let's just go home. How's the base set sublist going? Base set sublist. Very slow. Very slow, in fact. Nobody buys it, even though it's almost done. Here's the base set sublet. It gives you a chance for a base set booster pack. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots remaining in there. Okay, what do we got here? Cold. Okay. Holographic. Man, there's a lot of sexy booby cards in here. The price of the pack's getting a little higher. I'm trying to include more of the sexy girls in here, but they're like all sexy. There we are. So I just try to get you the real sexy ones. At least it wasn't a real heart attack. I know, very good. I didn't think she was having a real heart attack. I mean, I've read about the effects of a heart attack, and it includes, like, you know, so your heart's failing, so your body's not getting oxygen, basically, right? So it includes like nausea, sweating, fatigue, dizziness, wheezing, coughing, you know, disorientation, all this stuff. But for her, she's just having pain on her left side, shoulder and heart, chest area, and it got really intense for her. And I'm like, I think you're just freaking out. I think you're having an anxiety attack. Grant Kwan with the Jeep. She's had that kind of pain before. She's saying that it's just really strong right now for some reason. And that part I can't explain. Maybe there's some kind of inflammation going on. Maybe she's not in a very good state of mind and she doesn't understand it. I couldn't tell you. What kind of meds does she take? None. She takes no medications. We have Mr. Is it Noah? Sandoval Gomez. 2 Vivid Voltage. You got it. Here we are. She's on the sauce. Does it hurt when she breathes in deep? No, she hasn't said that. She hasn't said it hurts when she breathes in deep. There you go, Mr. Noah. Here's Shuppet and Togekiss. Mwah! Died from a heart attack. Who died from a heart attack? Okay, and here's Trubbish. I think she's okay. All right, with an N. I think part of the problem is when you start worrying that you have heart problems and it's actually an anxiety problem, it just makes the problem like a million times worse. You know what I mean? You start really worrying that you're having a heart problem. She needs to start sucking down them Xanax. She doesn't want anti-anxiety medication. She read about them. She thinks that if she gets pregnant with a kid, that it could mess the kid up. It could, like, cause them to be stupid. You know? She wants her kid to come out, like, smart and healthy. And we were reading about anti-anxiety medication together, and she was, as I was, we were both surprised to learn that oftentimes the anti-anxiety medication says don't use while pregnant. And there were studies that showed, you know, people with the anti-anxiety medication were more likely to have had kids with defects. Mr. Sandoval Gomez, did you have your bag under a different name? Noah Sandoval Gomez, did you have your original bag under a different name? And how old of an order was the last order? I should have a bag. It wasn't a year old, was it? Oh, wait, is there one more? There might be one more row for the end boxes, now that I recall. Hold on. We checked 3 boxes. Is it in the 4th box? Yeah, there's there's 4 end boxes. Can you believe that? Okay, let's keep looking then. Oh, there you are. I found you. You have an older bag. We're all good. Now your bag's going to get an updated date on it. It'll say 6/23 on it. How nice is that? Blood that brings oxygen to the heart gets blocked and the heart muscles die. Yeah, absolutely. Does she drink a lot of hit things? That could probably be the problem. She does have caffeine from time to time, but she's cut back a lot. There you go. There we go. Haha, don't let her do Xanax. Yeah, I agree, actually. Okay, and then we have Cesar Rodriguez. $9 shipping. I thought I traded someone months back for a golden Giratina. I can't find it on Discord or in the bag. Cesar Rodriguez. Did you? Maybe it was a slab that you traded? He says, 1 lost origin. You got it. You ready? Don't smoke cigarettes. Lung cancer, bro. I tell John that all the time. John's a smoker, and I tell him, man, you smoke marijuana, you smoke cigarettes, you're at high risk for all of the health problems associated with smoking. It's not just lung cancer. Apparently, it is heart disease as well. If you did not know that, one of the side effects of smoking is heart disease. So I told him, like, man, get good sleep, get on a healthy diet at this point, and skip the cigarettes because it's like, they're so clearly linked to cancer. Why would you do it? All right, let's see. Cesar Rodriguez. I only say it because I care. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to ruin his fun or anything, but... There you go. Print. John sounds like a good time. The marijuana cancels out the tobacco is what they like to say. Yeah, the marijuana fixes my lungs. 4 million people die a year from cigarettes. Yeah, I'm worried about it, man. There we go. Expensive, too, man. You'd save a lot of money if you stop smoking. Then you have more money for a down payment on a nice home. That's why I would recommend anyone. I'd say skip all that. Focus on the... Okay, Andres Melkor... Excuse me. Andres Melkor is next. He gets a spot in the 151 break. Andres Melkor. Okay, there it goes. And then he also says, my Discord name is Sanitizer. Okay, give me a second. Oh, interesting. You must be under... Oh, there you are. No problem, Sanitizer. It was an express... I'm sorry, Andres Melkor. So you're saying you had an express grade you put in. Let's make sure that we actually wrote express on it. So he's worried that he has a card that was supposed to be express grade that is not done grading. Every now and then, it's not very common, but every now and then it's possible for me to put a card in for grading and it doesn't even have... Okay, here's an Andres Melkor. All right. He said, here's the card. Let's see what it is. Okay, so some kind of, it was one of these kind of cards, right? It's not here, though. He said he put it in June 5. So it could be in the blue box, actually. THC gummies are better anyways. Yeah, we talk about this subject, but I believe we looked it up and found that a very recent study, had found that cigarette smoking, there it is. Oh, I'm so sorry, Andres. You know what happened? We got 2 boxes of grades, and the blue box had been set down because it had gotten all the way filled up. I'm sorry, man. That one escaped me. All right, we're going to get this one graded right away. All right, so we got an Andres Melkor Express grade. That one's going to be at the top of the queue, Andres. That one's late. All right, never feel bad about reaching out to me about that kind of stuff, guys. I'm sorry for that. That's my fault. That's not John's fault or anyone else's. I just didn't see it, I guess. What happened was I put the blue box in a new location. We've been filling the white box up. I need to know about this study. Yeah, here, let me go ahead and grab it. Because some of you guys do weed. And I was saying maybe better to just do the gummies. But I believe I put it under feed. Find weed. Okay, so here it is. Study says smoking marijuana worse for lungs than cigarettes. We're going to click on that. Okay. The Guardian reported researchers at the Medical Research Institute of New Zealand found that deep drags taken by marijuana users along with their penchant for holding smoke in can cause problems like obstructed airways and hyperinflation in the lungs. The lack of filters on marijuana joints also contribute to lung problems. Marijuana smokers, tobacco smoker, marijuana and tobacco smokers, and non-smokers. All of the smokers reported coughing and wheezing, but only tobacco smokers exhibited signs of emphysema. Okay, there you go. There's Azure Lane. You got English, mister. No, I'm pretty sure they're Japanese, aren't they? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, these are Japanese Azure Lane. They're very popular. Wheezing. Manky. Stinky Manky. Abracadabra. Machoke. People seem to forget anything besides oxygen is bad. Does smoking weed cause lung cancer? This one on April 11th says, the detailed National Academies of Science report said there's no statistical association between cannabis use and the incidence of lung cancer. But then you scroll down and an American Lung Association says, smoking marijuana clearly damages the human lung and regular use leads to chronic bronchitis and can cause an immune-compromised person to be more susceptible to lung infections. Cigarette smoking linked to 80 or 90% of lung cancer deaths. Smoking weed cause cavities? What? I didn't even thought of that. Can your lungs heal from smoking? This is the actual government. So this is our government's website, .gov. Like tobacco smoke, marijuana smoke is an irritant to the throat and lungs and can cause a heavy cough during use. It contains levels of volatile chemicals and tar that are similar to tobacco smoke, raising concerns about risk for cancer and lung disease. Marijuana smoking associated with large airway inflammation, increased airway resistance, lung hyperinflation. Those who smoke marijuana regularly report more symptoms of chronic bronchitis than those who do not smoke. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. Like, who cares what you're smoking? You could be smoking cotton candy. I don't care. In the end, you're taking a burning material, right? It's a burning material. You're inhaling that and you're putting it into your lungs. So if you stood over a fire and just breathed smoke all day, what do you think happens to your lungs over a long period of time? Are they as healthy as somebody who didn't stand over a fire and just breathe the smoking all day long, right? All right, so we got the shipping done for Cesar Rodriguez, correct? Yes, good. Okay. Steven Gutierrez, One Realm of the Gods. Just do cigarettes and pipes, no actual inhaling. Yeah, wasn't it Rush Limbaugh? He was all into cigars. Rush Limbaugh died of lung cancer. So one of the myths about cigars is that they don't cause lung cancer, but they do. Because in the end, you end up breathing it anyways. That's why you can smell it. If you can smell it, you're breathing it. But not only that, cigars are well known for causing throat cancer and oral cancer as well. I know this because I was curious about it myself. 2 Gypsy Queens. It's almost like you're not supposed to put burning stuff in your body. Don't put burning stuff in your body. That's the real problem here. It's burning stuff, right? You're putting a burnt material into your body. There we go. Mister's guilty pleasure is arguing. Cigars can give you throat cancer. Yeah, that's right. All right, so Steven Gutierrez says, I've won SSB Vegeta in the Cool Kid pile. Let's go grab it. Vegeta. Just don't do drugs at all or beer. Yeah, I'm starting to learn when you don't do anything, life gets really boring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whatever you do, just do it in moderation. So there's 6 spots left on the 151 break. Not even a hunka burning love. Steven Gutierrez. Watermelon's my guilty pleasure. Thank you, mister. Yeah, so Sunday, I was bored out of my mind. I couldn't eat junk food. I couldn't eat candy. I couldn't eat out-to-eat food. Couldn't eat salty food. I was just trying to eat nothing but healthy food. I was so bored, and I was even talking to the stream about it. I was like, what can you do when you take all the drugs away? I only came up with a few ideas. At-home masseuse, have way more sex. Those were the only 2 I could think of, because sex is not unhealthy. I guess unless you catch a sexual disease, then it is unhealthy. But, yeah, I couldn't think of anything, man. So only smoke crack 3 days a week. Got it. Just buy Pokemons. Easy. Try and live longer by not doing the fun things. Get to enjoy more years of boredom. Make your own. Yeah, it's pretty tough. But, you know, one thing I probably would really stay away from, obviously, smoking, man. Smoking is so clearly related to cancer, and it's so common in people who smoke. Smoking is and the worst part about it, lung cancer, if you do research on lung cancer, which I've done that too because I'm curious, lung cancer is a real deadly cancer. Like some cancers you can recover from. Like, interestingly, there's a rise in colon cancer. Well, if you actually detect the colon cancer in time, you can survive colon cancer pretty well in the early stages. Lung cancer is not like that. You get lung cancer, it's one of the deadliest cancers out there. So you're screwed when you get lung cancer. Here it is, Steven Gutierrez. Let's grab your bag. Yeah, lung cancer is one of the top deadly cancers that you can get. So you just don't want it. If you're stuck living with someone who's smoking, try to get away from them. Oh, Steven, did we not carry your bag in here? We must have had your bag somewhere else. One of the deadliest cancers is also liver cancer. which a lot of other cancers, when they metastasize, when they get large enough to spread, they go to your liver, and that's when you're dead. You're dead because it metastasized. So you try to treat your cancer before it can do that. Saves your life. You don't treat your cancer too late. Miss that opportunity. So much misinformation from the American Health Society or industry. We can do more sex, but even sex can be potentially bad for us. Yeah, so if you're sleeping around with a whole lot of different people, you could, I suppose you could get some sort of transmitted sexual disease, so that one can be bad too. The burger sugar. Mister can sleep in it, and it could be a guilty pleasure. Cooter is right, or butt cancer. More than half of people with lung cancer die within 1 year of being diagnosed, says Random Gamer. Yes, I was learning about that myself. It's one of the deadliest cancers. They really do not have great ways to treat it. So it's like, that's the one you don't want. And then people just love to smoke. So it's like, what are you going to... It's still seen as cool in the shows, you know? Like, everyone thinks it's so cool. It's like, all right, that's up to you. Mr. Steven, I think we're shipping you for the first time, huh? All right, I got your address that you provided here. Okay. I wouldn't want my kids to smoke. I'd tell them, find some other hobby, find some other addiction, and go do that. Seems like most addictions are pretty bad for you. Anything that's a drug ends up being pretty bad for you. Ooh, that's quite heavy. All right, we're going to get you some high-quality shipping here, especially since what you've got is so expensive. Lung cancer is common on both sides of my family. Oof. Yeah, don't smoke, 6. There we go. Might as well waste away buying the shiny cardboard. Well, the nice thing about shiny cardboard is it won't give you cancer at least, but it'll give your wallet cancer. Yeah, your wallet will suffer. Your wallet might have a terminal illness if you get into collecting. I like collecting, though. Collecting is fun. Okay. There we go. Very good. Cancer? I barely know her. Very nice. All right. So, we are done with the ZELLE orders. Moving on to the PayPal orders. I'm in the gym. I just saw an 80-year-old guy deadlift 280 pounds. Very nice. So 6 Corrupted says 1 sneaker, 1 Azure. Here we are. When are we going to team up and do sexy girl cards together, 6? We need to find some way to produce them. I have to have a sexy girl artist. And then we have to have some kind of printing machine. I'll be smoking weed later in my life. When I'm like at that point where I have a terminal illness and there's no escaping it, I'm definitely doing all the drugs at that point. I'm going to be like, I want to try everything, dude. Give me all the hardest, worst stuff ever. I want to try all the horrible drugs. All the stuff I told myself not to do while I'm healthy. There we go. Look at the underboob on this one. That's a serious underboobage card. I'm going to be doing every single drug in the book. I'll be like, I'll try anything. I'm dying. Oh, look at that. You got the edged card. Very nice. Good snipe. Oh, you got the boobies card too. What the hell? Okay, don't look at that. That's inappropriate. Mister, I can be your sexy girl artist. Can I DM you? You can DM me. You are? That an SR? Yes. I call them edged cards because they have etching in them. All right. So that's for 6 Corrupted. Freaking great. I love titties. Everyone seems to like breasts. There you go. If you think about it, they're like this part of the human body that feeds you when you're a baby. Like, even girls end up liking other girls' breasts. And it's like, how could you not? Because it's like this fountain of life, essentially, right? There's a sort of, in my opinion, there's a sort of instinctual appreciation of the mommy milkers. Maxim says, give me 2 Star Wars whites. You got it, Maxim. It's the comfort, says Cool Whip. Here we are. Pokey look better on drugs. My wife's got smaller breasts, and so she's always paying attention if another girl has like larger breasts. She's like, wow, those are giant breasts. She gets like giant breast envy, I think. Here we are. And never trust a person that doesn't like boobs. Here we are. And here we are. Yeah, that is an interesting thing. Have I met anyone that doesn't like them? I don't think I've met anybody. Okay, there you go, Mr. Maxim. She likes it when a girl has really, really large boobs. I'm like, you're weird. But I think it's just because she's never experienced that. To her, it's like this side of femininity that she's never experienced. Mr. Maxim, where are you hiding your bag? He can give Quip tips. He got the change. What does that mean, Alex? He got the change. It's a newer bag. It is a newer bag. Mr. Maxim. You need to eat more snacks and grow some boobs for her. She's trying to hint to you. I don't know about that, man. That's not going to happen. Oh, my God, dude. We could be friends and boob watch together. Here we are. There we go. All right. Wheezing. Did I spell this right? I did spell it right. There's just none for sale. Wow, it's a really rare card, man. All right. Well, it is just wheezing in the end, but there's none for sale, so I get to pick out my own price. I'm just going to match the other prices. When are you going to make real-life friends in Missouri? Yeah, we moved out here a while ago, and we haven't really made any friends. I've just been too busy, to be honest. Here's a Ruben Aguilar, 2 clay burst. I wish I lived in a place that was more conducive to making friends, but the only place to go out here is like the bar. You could go to the bar. There's like 5 bars near me. Whiskey, there's a place called Whiskers, the Something Barrel, some sports bar. There's like a place called Tony's, and then I bet you there's one more if I think about it real hard. Well, every single food restaurant serves like alcohol, basically. Every restaurant in here sells alcohol like a bar. So everyone out here drinks alcohol to meet people, but I don't drink. Oh, no, I don't drink. So what am I going to do at a bar? I don't got anything to what? Order nachos, I guess? Order overpriced nachos? Wow, meet somebody at Taco Bell? Actually, I probably could. If you eat at Taco Bell, you're a good person in my book. I would visit you, mister, but then I'd stick around. You stick around? Mister, off that ethanol. Yeah, I just don't drink. I never really have. I never liked the feeling of it. Here we are. Taco Bell's #1. I'll just hang around Taco Bell and make Taco Bell friends. There is a place called LOZ Gaming out here, and it's like a place to play video games together. And when we go, it's always full of people. But the problem is, ton of kids. And it's like, so it's kind of annoying because it's just like a ton of kids are there. It's very hectic and crazy. And so there are some adults too, but I feel like most of the time those adults are there with the kid. And there's more kids than adults. So you take one step in, you're like, I got to get out of here. There's too many kids in here. I got to get out of here. The guy who opened the place is, I guess in a way, he's being real successful right now because he's got a ton of traffic into his little building. The building isn't large enough to sustain the level of traffic he's getting. Mr. Ruben said, keep it. What? I'm keeping it in your bag, Ruben. We have Mr. Noah Sandoval, 7 Vivid. Whoa. Love it, man. Let's get some Vivid open, guys. Thinking about asking him to let me put up a vending machine with Pokemon cards in it. Okay. Mister had a few nose beers in his day. What's a nose beer? Ready for these sneeps? You can't handle these sneeps. Cooter Holder says, do it. Mister should open a vending machine and dump the bulk in there. That'd be cool. I think if there was like a bin and it had like packs of cards, 100 cards at a time, and sold them for like $3, that'd be smart. What's the most drunk you ever gotten? So I drank like half a bottle of vodka. It was a pretty sizable bottle of it. And I did that specifically to get drunk. And I got super drunk, did a lot of crazy things. I was hanging out with a girlfriend at the time. We were both doing some drinking, so she got drunk too. And we did some really crazy things. And then later I remember throwing up. I was like, bleh. So I got drunk. I thought it was cool. I noted that after you drink past a certain point, you're so drunk that you don't feel like yourself anymore. You feel like you're some other person. And so that was nice. But I didn't like it. Ultimately, I didn't like it because you have to drink so much of this poisonous stuff to get that state to occur. You had to drink a lot to get that to occur, right? There we go. The claw machine for PSA slabs. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. All right. So, Mr. Noah with an N. Over here. Scalper. Here we are. Very nice. Jerry Chang. 5 Kingdoms of Intrigue. It's cool till someone breaks into the machine. Yeah. One of the downsides to the machine is risk of someone stealing from it. And here in Lake of the Ozarks, there is actually a decent amount of theft out here. There's quite a few poor people out here, actually. So I wonder if that would be a high prize target. Lake of the Ozarks is fascinating because there's all of a sudden there's all this wealth out here with people with these $1 million boats and $1 million homes. And yet originally Lake of the Ozarks was like, it was hillbilly land with hicks and rednecks, and nobody here was wealthy at all. Like $10 is a lot of money. And so all this fancy money moved in, and people just said, oh, good, now we can steal from you because we are dirt poor and barely making it. Yeah, there's a lot of white poverty out here because Lake of the Ozarks is very white. There's not a ton of diversity out here. Although every time I go out, I feel like it's actually pretty diverse. But I think those are tourists. But anyways, so there's a lot of white poverty out here, and it's fascinating because then there's a bunch of rich people to go steal from. Like, oh, I steal from this rich guy. Nose beers is cocaine. Oh, I wouldn't have caught that. I don't think I've heard that before. Obviously, I know what cocaine is. Are spots in the 151 open? They sure are. All right, Mr. Jerry. Here we go, Jerry Chang. I would bet the demographics out here are changing pretty rapidly right now. There's so much immigration into Lake of the Ozarks. There we go. Jack Watt. Jack Watt says 3 holo live and a clay burst. Okay, here's this. 3 holo live. All right, Jack. Mr. Jack. Get this snipped. Okay, lovely snip. Mr. Jack Watt pulls a cold one. Ooh, I'm almost out of this holo live. Stuff it down your titty whiteys. What? Whoa, you got the little shark girl, huh? She got the little sharp teeth. She gonna bite you. Okay. Oh, these 2 cards. We're becoming the minority in our own country. So I think that's sort of like a America belongs to white people argument. You know, I'd love to hear that argument. Like, do you feel that America should have been a white country? Or do you feel that America is more like anyone can move here that wants to move here kind of country, you know? There we go. I feel like I don't feel like that's going to be America. I don't think America is going to be a whites only kind of country. It's just, it's a place where very much, they call it what, the New World. So I think that America does have a history of lots of immigration, and it's generally more open, more mixed. But more important, America's a meritocracy where you can come in and pursue your dreams and offer skills and labor to the market, and this produces new products, and it produces new services, and this makes America very wealthy. So America, my point of view on America is that it was always this sort of like capitalist country. That's what I really think of when I think of America. So when I think of America, what makes it unique isn't that, you know, the British founders were white. What makes it unique was that the British founders wanted to be free of taxation. They wanted to have more freedoms. They wanted to have more control over their lives. And so they got into this country, and then they sort of settled the whole thing. So ideas like freedom, they're not like a white person idea. They're not owned by anyone. Everyone could be free or have more rights to pursue their interests. The problem, in my opinion, starts to occur when you start to tax people too heavily. At that point, you're kind of owned by the government again. And so what makes me sad about America isn't like that we're having a lot of immigration. What makes me sad about America is we're turning into a socialist country with too much taxation, too much government spending, and and so that's where we're heading is toward a very large government that spends, prints, and then raises your taxes. And then in California, they try to tax you 10 years after you've left the state. So that kind of country doesn't sound like what the founding fathers had envisioned. But, as for like color, I feel like, it's the future. What's the deal? It's not a big deal. I don't know if America would be the same if it was like some sort of, white people only kind of country. It'd be a very different country, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. We were opening all these beautiful packs for our good friend, not Jerry Chang. We just did it. Jack Watt? Yes, Jack Watt. Mr. Jack. Sorry, my PayPal logged me out. Let's tax the poor more. Yeah. Well, sort of when the government spends a lot of its money on war, that's kind of like a sneaky tax on the poor, because the government is spending money it doesn't have, and it has to obtain that money somehow. So it obtains it in a couple ways: raising taxes, printing money, and borrowing money. All three of those cause your cost of living to go up. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a sneaky tax on the poor, except for when it's a direct tax on the poor and they just directly raise taxes. Part of the things that they did was they hired a whole bunch of IRS agents recently, right? So that's like, why do you think they're going to do that? You think it's just for rich people? No, they're going to collect money from everyone. More IRS agents to run more audits on you. Okay, so next up we have 6 Corrupted. 6 Paldea Evolved. You got it. Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved's been a lot more popular than the base set. Here we go. Open harder. Why don't we let poor people suffer more? Yes, well, I mean, I'm about to raise rent on a single mother because I didn't want to interrupt her grind set. You know what I mean? I told her, listen, bills don't get paid on smiles. We're going to have to raise the rent, and you're going to have to take up 2 more jobs. I know you already have 3, but you're going to need to take 2 more jobs. Then I can once I raise her rent, I can finally take up golfing. I really think I'll have enough money to relax and take up golfing. Tax the hell out of us and give it all to the people on welfare. Yeah, well, I mean, I would say that's kind of the goal a little bit, is to get rid of the middle class in order to afford to pay out the lower class. I think that's basically what the Democrat Party is. I think they see the middle class making too much money. Who do you think is going to really fund all the socialism welfare? It's not going to be the wealthy, because the wealthy are the ones who donate to the political class. Does that make sense? So wealthy people, they donate to the political class. And so when they try to find a way to pay for the socialism that they got voted into office for, well, they're not really going to take most of that money from the rich. They're going to take that money from the average person. And so it's a tax on the middle class to pay for the lower class. And that's also exactly what inflation does. For those of you that don't understand inflation, nobody gets hurt by inflation more than people that just have like a wage or a salary, because the cost of goods go up faster than your wages and salary. But you know who doesn't get affected by inflation? Rich people, because rich people own homes, they own stocks, they own all these things that just go up in value when inflation occurs. So when inflation occurs and the price of a house goes up, well, the person who was sitting on a ton of homes makes a ton of money. Like, well, not so much that they make a lot of money, but the value of their goods keeps up with the inflation, because the government can't actually print homes. They can print dollars, but not homes. But ironically also, if you're like a corporation holding on to a bunch of corporate debt, you actually rather like inflation, because inflation reduces the value of the debt. So just like inflation makes goods cost more money by making the value of the dollar less, if you're holding on to a bunch of negative dollars, that is debt, then you're happy when the dollar's worth less, because now your debt's less valuable compared to your real assets. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I want it to make sense because I want you guys to be like educated on this subject. All right, 6 corrupted. What a nice round. You got that golden, how do you say his name? Quackavall? Look at that. That's a real nice pull, isn't it? Renters only would be paradise. Sounds like that mother needs to pull up her bootstraps. That's what I told her. You know, I could see the lines on her face, and I know she has to work 5 jobs rather than 3 now, and that her whole life is just going to be one day to day is just going to be one long work day. So, but you know, bills don't get paid on smiles, and I want to go golfing more. So she's gonna have to pay that bill, man. She's gonna appreciate that I helped her with her grind set. You know, she ought to leave me a tip. Lesson learned, run up lots of debt and pray for more inflation. Yeah, so really smart guys with money who get rich like crazy, they understand all these financial things really well. It works kind of like this, guys. Let's say you're Jeff Bezos, and you're anticipating the government spending like crazy money it doesn't have. So what Jeff Bezos does is he pulls out $1 billion loan, which is debt. Okay, so he pulls out $1 billion loan, which is debt, and then he builds a gigantic warehouse. Oops, which he becomes the owner of. So I'm not very good at drawing, so I apologize. But so he builds a big old warehouse. You could think of it as a warehouse or factory or any other business asset. But he's built a big business asset. Here, I'll give it a little chimney with smoke coming out of it. Okay. He pulled out $1 billion and he built this cool thing. And so, but now he's on the hook for $1 billion and he's paying whatever. He pulled it out at 4% interest. So now he's paying 4% interest on $1 billion loan. But then let's say let's say the government starts printing money like crazy and inflation occurs. Inflation occurs at about 11%, which is, I think we had like, I think one year was like 15%, and then it was like 11%, it's like 9% now. So we have this really crazy inflation of 11%. In other words, if your dollar was worth a whole dollar the first year, the second year it's worth like 1/10 of that. So it's no longer worth $1, it's worth 90 cents. So that's what your dollar's worth on that year 1, year 2, and then let's say year 3, that same dollar is worth like 75 cents. All of a sudden, this negative loan over here is not that much money anymore, right? Because your dollar's not as valuable. But you know what hasn't changed in value? The factory hasn't changed in value. So the factory has the same exact value as before, but the debt is actually cheaper, even though it still says $1 billion. And the reason for that is because $1 billion isn't as much money as it used to be because of the inflation. So these guys who can pull out billion-dollar debts in order to build huge business assets, they're winners in that sort of economy. They make crazy amounts of money in that economy. So the point of the story is during inflationary periods like that, the winners are people who borrow. Go back to the gold standard. Yep. So it's a big handout to any corporation that had tons of corporate debt, because that debt's not as valuable as it used to be. It's actually a smaller number secretly. Even though it still says $1 billion, $1 billion today is actually less money than $1 billion when they initially pulled out the loan. But they already spent that money building a real asset. That could be like their fleet of vehicles, or like their corporate buildings, or some sort of factory, or some sort of technology. So they built the asset that's already very valuable. Now they have all this debt, but the debt's actually shrinking. Even if each year it says 1 billion, it's shrinking. And now the interest on debt is 7%. Well, they borrowed at 3%. So they're doing real well. That was really good debt that they borrowed. So to get wealthy, you have to understand how debt works like that. And you have to be able to predict when that's going to occur. And you can kind of occur that it is going to happen because, well, because poor people keep asking for free stuff and we keep going to war. So as long as the government keeps spending more than it has, and it looks like it will, you can predict that the inflation will just continue to rise. All right, let's see. That's why you got guys like Rich Dad, Poor Dad saying money is debt now. And you have other guys like Peter Schiff saying, we don't want the dollar, we want gold. But obviously I don't buy gold, so I only believe so much of that. Noah Sandoval says 7 more Vivid. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. So you have guys who are very negative about the future of the country. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because they just don't see how the country can't crash financially over time when we're spending money the way we're spending it, you know? Unfortunately, I took out my $1 billion loan a little too late. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, big rich guys and corporations have like this unique advantage in this sort of system where they can actually borrow money at high amounts and go buy up stuff like BlackRock, right? People get mad at BlackRock. Well, because BlackRock took all of its investor money and used it to buy real estate, because BlackRock was doing exactly the same math I was showing you on that paper. BlackRock was saying, hey, we like to borrow money to buy homes because the homes will stay the same value, but the money will shrink in value, so it's good debt. That's what they're saying. And so they do that kind of move, and they're looking at the same financial problem that everyone else is going to face. So the person who really gets hurt the most is the guy who can't borrow $1 billion. He can't borrow anything. He's lucky if he already owns a home, because did you see how the price of homes jumped? Because everyone realized what was going on. So he's lucky if he even owns a home. Some of you guys don't. You rent still. And that guy, when the price of goods go up, cars, houses, food, those go up faster than your salary. So you are now more poor in your own society. Does that make sense? You're more poor in your own society because of these money things that just happen. Money things that you didn't say yes to necessarily. Some of you did, but that's probably because you didn't understand how bad it was for you, actually. It's actually pretty bad for you. The people who maybe don't care about it would be the lowest class of people, the absolute poorest class, who they don't anticipate ever buying a home. So they're the own nothing and be happy group. They also support all of this inflation because for them, they're the ones benefiting the most from welfare handouts. So they get all the welfare handouts because they qualify for them, and they're never going to own a home, so they don't care about, because they're so poor, they can't even conceive the idea of like owning stuff at this point. And so for them, they don't care about the price of homes because it's never going to happen for them. They just care about getting a larger government stipend. And it's so in the end, it is the middle class who gets absolutely hammered in this scenario. There's just no way for you to keep up with it. Noah Sandoval Gomez. Wow, man, you got that beautiful Pikachu V and Celebi. Remember when these came out and people were just going nuts on them? Such a wild time. All right, here we are. That's there. Donald Trump is the richest president ever all time. Wow, man. BlackRock is going to put price the market. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what'll happen with them. I wonder if we should have like antitrust laws, like break up BlackRock, because I feel like they're so powerful that they're going to be, telling the politicians and corporations what to do. But once again, to help you guys understand how things were working, so in 2019, let's say your income was $35,000 a year, and the price of and that's you. Let me draw you. You're really cute. See, so that's you. And the price of the kind of home you would have bought was 185,000. It depends on where you are. Okay, so that's 2019. Then in 2020, you're still making 35K. So your income hasn't changed, but all of a sudden, the price of a home is now 210. It's the same home. The home hasn't changed, but it's 210K. So what has just occurred in this scenario? To buy the same home, you just have to come up with an extra $25,000 out of nowhere. You only make 35. That's huge. That's crazy. You're like way more poor now. Then 2021 occurs. You're making maybe 40,000 if you're lucky at that point. So, okay, you receive raises or a new job. But now the price of a home has really exploded in 2021, and it's now 250K. Okay, and we're on these scenarios, it's like a 4% interest, and then it's 3% interest, and now it's back up to like 5% interest. So interest is wobbling, but it's starting to go up. And now watch this last part. This is the craziest part. So it's 2022, and you're making 42,000, and the price of a home is now around 260K, and it's the same exact amount of home. It's not larger or anything, but interest is 7% now. You're so poor now. You are so poor. The average human being in America is so poor as a result of this. You are so poor as a result of this equation that occurred. 35,000, 185K for the home, 4% interest maybe. 2020, 35,000, 210,000 all of a sudden because of the house prices are jumping because of 3% interest. 2021, house prices have now truly exploded. Your pay went up a whole 5,000 per year. Wow. 5% interest, the interest rates are starting to go back up. 2022, you're making like an extra 2,000 a year, but now the houses have risen. They've continued to rise faster than your income. And this huge number over here, the interest rate of 7,000, that's insanity, because now you have to pay so much money to borrow money, right? Because you're not going to just buy this house outright. You're going to do a down payment, and then you're going to pay 7% on $260,000 every year. So this house after interest is insanely more expensive than this house over here. Does that make sense? See this house over here, 210 for 3,000? So that's a 3% loan for 30 years. And this house over here at 7% costs insanely more because of the way that interest works. You pay that interest every year. So this is insanely more expensive. That's where we are today. And your pay is started at 35K and now it's 40K. So you've been trashed, dude. You've been effed financially. And I try to explain this to people, but they don't get it. I feel like there's a lot of people who are not super skilled with money who don't always understand that. But for me, it's a very exciting and interesting subject. So you were absolutely destroyed by inflation. People think inflation is like how much your food bill at Walmart was, which, by the way, that was awful too, because now you're paying more for food. So your pay increase basically just covers the new cost of food, but you just got effed out of ever owning a home right here. You are now a slave for this home, whereas this back here was considerably cheaper. That's what just happened if you guys were not paying attention to the economy. It cuts out the middle class. That's exactly right. But, you know, it's not just houses. Houses was one aspect, right? So houses was a single aspect, but it's also vehicles. So did you want to have a car? Well, cars cost more too now. So, yeah, it's cars. I'm not very good at cars. It's stocks. Okay, how about retirement? It's stocks. Stocks have to act. You have to own more of them to retire now. It's everything the government can't print just went way up in value. So yeah, you're effed. You're screwed. Unless you already owned all these things. If you owned all these things before the money printing, you're fine. Nothing changed for you. You have roughly the same value you had before. But everyone who did not already own those things got destroyed by it. All right, so we open Mr. Noah Sandoval's order. Let's see, where are we? Derek Ortega, 2 spots in the 151. You got it, man. Cars are stupid money. I did 3% down on a duplex at 4% interest and live for free. Got a good deal before COVID. Nice, man. Yeah, that's one of those strategies. Okay, if you win, you need a new bag. So we'll put you down as new bag. Actually, that won't really matter because we don't actually have 151 yet. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left. So I understood all this pretty quickly. And to me, it's really, really upsetting. But I feel like average American doesn't truly understand. Like, it hasn't dawned on them how bad it is yet. Elijah Horning, 5 Energy Lotto and 2 PokeBRUHs. Ooh, Elijah, you ready? All right, Elijah Horning. What we got? We got Whimsicott, Thunder Mountain or something like that. Okay, some trainers, a Psychic Energy, Metal, and Break Lugia. Nice, beautiful card, man. How many left in the Blaziken? Like 5? I think it's like 12. Okay, you ready? And pack number 2, we got Pikachu. Here's Slowpoke, Fire Energy, and Holographic Charizard is the hit in this pack. Lovely. Okay, Mr. Elijah. Thanks, man. Looks like PokeBRUHs are running low. I'm going to have to restock. You want a little bonus? I'm going to get you a bonus, okay, man? Has Welcome Diva promos been graded yet, Mr.? Ooh, look at that Superior. I saw one sitting in John's work area that he had not yet graded, so I think maybe he was struggling identifying it. I will ask him if he finished that, because I didn't hear if he actually got stuck on them. A lot of homes comes with the little HOA subscription these days. Right, an HOA fee is what you're talking about. So HOA fee, there's like some community, they take money from everyone in the neighborhood, and then they do stuff for the neighborhood. Some of those HOA fees are quite large. Here we are. Oh, wait, we got to do the Energy Lotto too. You ready? All right. But yeah, that's a big deal. So it may feel like you're getting paid more than you used to get paid, but the price of homes very rapidly outpaced your income. And that is the squeeze on the middle class. So our kids are more poor than we are today. So if you already owned a home, you kind of avoided all that a little bit. But when you have a child, your child's now living in a society where the jobs only pay X amount, but the price of the homes have really jumped. And some of you guys are still too young. You don't already own a home, so you're really screwed. You missed out. Cold. Cold. Boom. Cold. That's a cold round in the Energy Customs. Sorry, man. There we go. I'll get you another bonus card, okay? How about that? Just for fun. Oh, man, Lucario, these poker cards are killing it for you, dude. Take a look at that. These are from 2012, by the way. All right, I gave you that because you got a cold round of the Energy Lottos. Mr. Elijah, let's find your bag. I want more people to understand what happened. And the cause of it was all the free money the government handed out. But see, it's not really free, is it? It's not free money. It's money with the cost. There is a cost to all the money printing. There is a cost to all the free money. All that money eventually settles into the hands of the wealthy when you're done buying their consumable products. And then those guys turn around and they invest it into like real stuff, like homes and stocks. And all of a sudden, you can't afford those things. You've been priced out. All right, I think we're out of orders. What time is it? It's 4:42. Ooh, that's a good time to wrap up, actually, because we got to get ready to go walking. This is a nice short stream, only 2.5 hours long. I appreciate you guys being with me. Yeah, fun subject, by the way. I feel like it's such an important subject. I have a bag, mister. Another housing crash will happen. That's what you say, Cooter, but actually, I listen constantly to real estate guys, and they're saying it doesn't appear to be crashing, and that it's the new normal. So a bubble occurs when everyone thinks that it's such a hot investment that you can't lose, and then they just drive the price up like crazy. In this case, the reason the prices went up is because you had a bunch of people, a bunch of normal, middle class, and poor people, a whole bunch of them. So let me just draw a whole bunch of people. So a whole bunch of people received like, what was it, like $2K to $4K dollars? That's not a ton of money. So they all received this money, and then they all went shopping at Walmart or Amazon. Let's say Amazon. And then the guys who run Amazon, they collect all of your checks. And so those guys are given a big bag of cash, basically, right? When they add all your checks together, now you're talking like millions and just millions of dollars, right? So then they turn around and buy all the good assets. So that's what just happened. So the price of the home went up because there was all that money printing. The US dollar got like doubled. The amount of it got doubled during COVID. So they're not seeing the houses getting, they're not seeing a housing crisis where it pops. What they're seeing is all these people who bought a house at 3% holding the house and renting it. That's what they're seeing. So there's all these people that are saying, oh, we'll buy a house when the crash comes. The crash never came. It's now 2023. Where's the crash? Is it still right around the corner? I guess it's possible. But it's like, the longer you wait, the longer the inflation can just cause the price of that house to rise. Houses out here have only got more expensive. It's coming, says Ruben. Is it 4 spots left in 151? Yeah, there were 4 spots left. Were you wanting to buy that right now? If you do, speak up, okay? Maxim Fobianchuk says 1 spot in the 151. All right, hold on. Maxim took one of the spots. There's a reason why I took my cash and I used it for down payments on homes, by the way. It's because I was doing the same math and thought, man, this does not look like a crash to me. This looks like houses are just going to keep moving up and up and up and up. And so that was my prediction. And so far, I've not been wrong. I haven't seen a housing market crash where I live. And all the houses out here have gone up in price. Stephen Mitz says, I sent for a spot on PayPal. Only thing coming is yo mama. I'll finish the rest, says 6 Corrupted. Yeah, there's a couple spots here. Careful, guys. All the poor people buying $200 Nikes. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're going to spend their money on something, whether it's an investment or not. But the point is, they're going to spend it all. And so all that money travels up to the businesses that sell those goods. So if you're Walmart and the government hands everybody $2,000, $4,000, Walmart sales just go crazy for a while. And then Walmart collects all that money, and that money goes to somebody in Walmart, goes to the managers, the store managers, the shareholders, the corporate managers. So all those guys get paid, but especially the shareholders get paid. And then once all that money is gone somewhere, it gets spent for real. So now that money gets spent on stocks, it gets spent on debt, it gets spent on pulling out loans, it gets spent on real estate. And now the cost of those things have risen dramatically. So it all eventually flows upward to the rich. So ironically, a lot of people think you can solve poverty by giving a bunch of money to the poor. And it turns out all the corporations support that idea. They're like, yeah, we love socialism. Give all the poor people money, right? Doesn't that like twist your melon? Doesn't that make you wonder, like, aren't corporations evil? Aren't they like evil Republican, capitalists? Why would they support liberal socialism? Because they've done the math and they figured it out. They said, wait a second, socialism's really good because we'll give all the money to the poor people. We'll squeeze the middle class. It's like forcing the middle class to lose value. And all those poor people are just going to come over and buy our $200 Nikes. We're going to make out like bandits. So they already figured it out, and they're pro-socialism. Corporations are now pro-socialism like the liberals. All right, so we have Stephen Mitz, 1 spot in the 151 break. They're all socialists now. All the big corporations are pro-socialism at this point. 1 energy lotto, because they realize it'll just be the government printing money, handing it to the poorest class, and then they'll come over and buy $200 Nikes. Cold. I got the drip though. The poor love free money. I sent an extra $1 on my order. Can you put in the charity slabs? Oh yeah, okay. Charity slab. Is it supposed to be here? Here it is. Did you put me into the gym 1 break? What's your name? 6 Corrupted says 2 spots on 151. All right, that's it. It's full. Good luck, everybody. Morning, mister. I'm late. No! How's it going, Sven? You can place an order right now if you act fast, but you don't have to, okay? I'm going to try to go live later, too. If I can get my sleep schedule in order. That's 28. All right, you ready? Just do one shuffle. There's only one hit in here, so it really just comes down to whichever number. All right, guys, I'm ready for a number. I'm sure Mr. would agree. Math is hard this late. I sent the wrong amount, so I sent arrest in a different order. Ruben says 5. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Ruben. Here goes. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, 23. What is that? Derek Ortega. Wow, so close, guys. Woo, all right, on 23. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There it is. Derek Ortega pulls the box. Woo! Congratulations, Mr. Derek. What do you guys think of that? That is the 151 break. We can run another round of it if you guys would like. I just got news from my supplier that the 151 is on the way. But it might not arrive till Friday, by the way, guys. So it just depends on how fast it gets over here now. That's me selling 2 boxes ahead of time. Isn't that wild? I've never won anything. Nice, man. Congratulations. It happens. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, isn't it? But there's only 28 spots. It's going to happen to somebody. Try buying 27 spots. You'll definitely win. Look at all that drawing I did. I'm so excited to talk about these kind of financial subjects. I'm really fascinated by them. I love talking about them. That's why I took a lot of my money and tried to buy real estate with it. Okay, here's a fresh round if you guys want to do it one more time, because I think we'll have time to do it again before it actually arrives. Pretty terrible too, isn't it? You lose $7, some other guy gets a whole box. So keep that in mind. Okay, there goes. Okay. Whew. Now you have to buy another spot, Derek, because if you won one time, you gotta let it ride. Mr. Sven is here. He says 1 live custom booster and 2 energy lottos. You got it. Let's see what you got. Mr. Sven. Evil. That's a... Oh. No. That doesn't count. I didn't shuffle for you. Oh, okay. I got to shuffle before I open. I realized it. I got to shuffle. Okay, you ready? Still cold. Sorry, Mr. Sven. Look at that cute Quaxley, though. Into the trash it goes. How about these energy lottos? I haven't been keeping up with Pokemon lately, so I thought I was buying packs. You thought you were buying packs? You're so funny, dude. Okay, 1, 2. Ah, they were cold too. I'm sorry, Sven. Totally cold. So, Mr. Dare Bear, what just happened there? You just got a whole box of 151. When it arrives, you just come back to the stream and claim it. You can even sell the box back to me if you'd like. If you want store credit. So I buy boxes of 151. So there it is. Jeff Leon and Derek Ortega both pulled a box of 151. It's cold. Brr, have a nice day. You have a nice day, Mr. Sven. Appreciate it. All right, there's a spot for Gym 1. Says Bosnia football. All right, so here's who's in the... Here it is. Here's who's in the Gym 1. Bosnia football, what's your name? Are you saying you're not in there? Okay, I'm in, says Bosnia. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Sell it to me for cheap. Tempting. I'll let my kids decide. They want some 151. Do you ship the whole box by chance? Yeah, definitely. If you want to pay for a round of shipping. So if you want to ship the whole box, it will be $14 to ship the whole box. It's not a whole lot more. And if you have anything else, we can throw that in too. Though I think you said you need a new bag. All right, cool. I can also open it over here. But if I have you ship the whole box out, then you will get to keep all that bulk, right? So that's why you might do that. Can I ask for one? Can I ask for a spot in Gym 1 right now? Well, you can send the order in, but I'm going to go ahead and hop off now, guys. It's basically 5 a.m., and I need to go prepare to do my daily walk because I got to go get more exercise, okay? So I will keep track. We just finished with Sven, and yes, we'll pick up tomorrow. If I go to sleep soon enough, I might be able to host a daytime stream tomorrow, too. I really would like to do that. Really struggling with my sleep, okay? No, says 6 Corrupted. I know. We're having a lot of fun, but it is almost 5, and I will not miss that walking because I have to get my walking done. I have to get my exercise. Here's a Stephen Mitz order. He says 1st and 28th spot. Okay. Stephen Mitz. Yeah, so this kind of break is really for people who only want their money to go toward the new box. We just don't have it yet, but it's a chance for the whole box. Bring back 8-hour streams. I'm getting a slab, says 6 Corrupted. Get your sleep on point. It matters too much. Yeah, exactly. So I've decided to give up money making during the daytime stream in order to make sure I get all of my sleep. I really need to be asleep by about 9 a.m. in order to make it to the daytime stream. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll accept that. So if I'm not asleep by 9 a.m., I'm skipping the daytime stream. Bring back the tape. I'm bringing it back. All right, see you later, everybody. I had fun. I'll let you guys know if my wife's feeling good, okay? Because I think she's going to feel better. But she says she's going to set up to have a regular doctor appointment. See you later, everybody. I ordered a slab. All right, I'll do that real fast. Let's see. For the Raichu. Yes, the Raichu is well priced. Good pick. There he is. He's pretty cute. That was a made-up price that somebody asked for. And it's funny because after we price it that way, they didn't pay for it. Okay, and Daniel Corona, who says, Gym 1 spot, Daniel Corona. Okay. See you later, guys. There we go. Thank you. I like Raichu. Raichu's pretty cool. I like him too.